ladies and gentlemen, that unfortunately Jack Tunney has stated that from now on there can only be one doink. And you're looking at him. No more multiple doinks. Whoa! One doink straight from the big top. Wait a minute. We're looking at another doink. We're looking at two doinks. But Jack Tunney stated that there can only, from now on, after the Survivor Series, be one doink. Doink could be in trouble.
There can only be just one doink. That's why I want to introduce Dink.
What do you think, Dink? Dink? Oh, I don't know if he's going to be able to get away with this.
No more doinks, but dinks are okay. Is that what he's saying?
I don't know.
You said that you don't know?
Yeah, I don't know, yeah. Wait a minute. How about that? Look! It's going! It's big! Back, underside, just when you think you're speed it all. I mean, we saw 4 doinks prior to the Survivor Series. Then at the Survivor Series, we saw 4 different doinks. We saw 2 bushwhacker doinks and 2 men on the mission doinks. And then we saw that doink. And now Jack Tunney says there can only be one doink. Now we're seeing only one doink. And doink now has a dink.
Apparently they keep multiplying. Are they clowns or rabbits?
I don't know. Look at this. Eyes wide open here. Doink in. Dink. Look at this. Is this cute or what? First have come a little early here. Oh, man. That dink is something. I mean, can you imagine what Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon are thinking right about now? Just when Jack Tunney made his ruling, only one doink. They've got to get excited about that and think maybe they can take care of business. Just when they think there's going to be one doink, there is. There's only one doink. But then again, there's only one dink. Dink and doink.
Now the question is, how many dinks will show up?
Yeah, I guess maybe. Oh, my, Sid Garrison is the subject of a great big laugh. Dink is having a blast. Yeah, go Dink. Now, if you're Garrison, hello. Dink stuck his tongue out of Garrison. Oh, look at this from behind. Oh, my goodness. Doink, one of the most clever wrestlers in all of the WWF. And now he has Dink out there. Who knows what... Hey, wait a minute. Garrison is getting Dink.
He should pick on someone on his own side.
That's right. Oh, my, look at that. Flying Betty,
the cover.
1, 2, 3, good Dink. However, it was Doink putting the count on Garrison. Here we go. Now, I would not want to be the official here. If I have to continue with Doink and Dink, there's a low 5.
Well, is Garrison going to wrestle Doink or Dink?
Oh, no, I'm sure he's going to wrestle Doink. And again,
Dink just beat him.
I guess so. So if Dink can beat him, maybe Doink won't have any problem.
And Dunk surely won't.
I beg your pardon?
Did I say Dunk?
Is there a dunk as well? A dink, doink, and a dunk?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, Doink, who's one of the more scientific wrestlers, ladies and gentlemen, despite his luck. This man can mix it up with the best of them. The Hitman, Bret Hart, Erwin R. Scheister, you name it. This man really knows his wrestling. Garrison now, back to the corner. Garrison for the ride. No, nice reversal. Doink to the bucket. Garrison, oh, my, went right into the elbow. And Doink down to the outside. Doink going up to the top rope. What's going to happen here? Garrison is stunned, and oh, no. Even more stunned after that. And Doink has another lap. It's on Garrison. Doink and Dink pins him for the second time. If you're Bam Bam Bigelow, and if you're Luna Vachon, you must really be wondering, oh no, just when I thought I got rid of all those doinks, now there's a doink, and there's a dink. Oh my, double trouble, and speaking of doubles, well, right now standing by is another double. Let's take you to Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
We'll be in the squared circle. Before we take you to Crush, however, I'd like to get your reaction, Stan, to old Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Let me tell you what, I am very impressed with Double J, Jeff Jarrett. I always have been. He's a very, very accomplished wrestler.
Really?
However, I've never heard him sing, and I've never seen him dance. So my suggestion to Double J is stick to wrestling, concentrate on wrestling in the World Wrestling Federation, and you'll go a lot farther.
Perhaps some really good advice from Stan Lane.
Not only that, Vince, I'm impressed with wrestling, but also I'm very, very impressed with the way he makes his teeth sparkle when he smiles.
Yeah, I guess we're all impressed with that. In a moment, joining us will be Crush. All right, take a look at this man and you went Mr. Fuji. Manager extraordinaire, managing the WWF champion Yokozuna, and he likes the men whom he manages in the extra, maybe quadruple X size. I don't know how many X's, actually. Take a look at this man.
He must be close to 7 feet tall, the huge, powerful man from Kona, Hawaii.
Crush, and a thumbs down from a young man who obviously supports the Macho Man Randy Savage. And speaks of Macho Man Randy Savage, certainly made his presence known at the Survivor Series. Mr. Perfect stepping aside. Randy Savage was right there at the Survivor Series, and well, unfortunately for Crush, as he winks down at Mr. Fuji, and somewhere down the line, you can bet some dues are going to be paid when Crush meets the Macho Man Randy Savage. Good go behind here by Paul Jones. Tight waist. We'll see what can happen here. Crush with his power, working on the fingers, and a pretty easy escape on the part of Crush.
I'd like to know how Randy Savage got into the Survivor Series.
You know, the All-Americans weren't about to step aside, that's for sure. Single leg here, and well, that's what happens when you don't follow up. Oh, my goodness! Nonetheless, the Macho Man Randy Savage didn't care how he was going to get to Survivor Series. He just, wanted to be there in the same arena as Crush.
And Crush paid the price. What can you say?
Well, to a certain extent, yes, but nonetheless, really the ultimate price will be paid for one of these two, either Crush or Macho Man, when they clash in single competition. Look at Crush going to work now on Jones. And I'm very impressed with the skills of Crush, not only his awesome size and strength, but his agility and his lightning-like speed. Uh-oh, this is bad news for Jones. Jones comes out. He goes way out. You can't get much higher than that. And Crush holds him up there and lets him think about it. And just dropped him like a sack of potatoes.
Not only held him, but pushed him up even higher. He must have fallen from a distance of at least 10 feet.
Right. And by the way, if you didn't see Crush at the Survivor Series, you can check out the Survivor Series on tour and catch the Macho Man. Wait a minute, look at this. Crush now, applying the pressure as perhaps no one can. You see the look on the face of Paul Jones. And Jones, I believe, will waste no time in submitting to that very, very painful hold.
Paul Jones, now known as Mike Migraine.
Yeah, I suppose so. Here is your winner. And come on, let it go. All right, Crush gets the boot, ladies and gentlemen. He's big. He's powerful. But then again, the Macho Man Randy Savage has the Macho. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's take you now over to face-to-face.
Intercontinental Champion, the bad guy, Razor Ramon, and one of the top contenders for the Intercontinental Championship. Also joining us, IRS Erwin R. Shyster. Mr. Shyster, I'm assuming, sir, that on this upcoming tour that begins this Friday, you would certainly like the opportunity to meet Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, Jim Ross, I'm definitely an opportunist. And let me explain something to you. Think about it for a second, Jim Ross. Put yourself in the shoes of Razor Ramon. Just think how embarrassing it's going to be in the UK when he loses his title to Erwin R. Shyster. You better give it up now, Razor, because we get to England, and I'm going to embarrass you in front of all those tax chiefs.
Okay. Now you, taxman, oya me. Listen to me. See, that guy, he never been here before. And he coming to the UK, man, and he bringing all his gold. You want it? All you gotta do is take it.
Well, gentlemen, you've had quite a rivalry in the WWF, and I know, Razor, that you respect IRS's ability. This would be a tremendous confrontation.
You know, Jim Ross, everybody knows the taxman, he can wrestle. But the bad guy can fight. You want this belt, Chico, you're gonna have to fight.
I'm good at taking things, too, Razor.
Prove it.
next week, right here on WWF Superstars. Scheduled to join us in single competition, the former Intercontinental Champion, Marty Jannetty.
And also Diesel will be here, notwithstanding his match this Monday against Razor Ramon.
Also returning in a squared circle, the 1, 2, 3 Kid.
Also joining us, men on a mission, and I've been told this time they will not be in white paint.
No drinking and dunking with Mom next week. Also, ladies and gentlemen, right here on WWF Superstars, the Hellraiser from Helsinki, Ludwig Barca. Right now, let's take you on a journey of this week's happenings in form of a musical reprieve.
Zu sagen, dass Paul Orndorff also genauso ein guter Techniker ist wie Sting und der Drache. Und deswegen ist dieses Match völlig offen. Aber wir werden sehen. Und jetzt, Olli, setz den Hut wieder auf, denn es zieht in der Halle.
Na gut, aber jetzt, Peter, mach den Rundown.
Ja, liebe Fans, und das erleben wir heute. Johnny B. Bass und Rick Rude wird zu sehen sein. Ice Train und im Main Event Orndorff und der Equalizer gegen den Drachen. Und wir sind beim ersten Match, liebe Fans. Und wenn er mit dem Glittergun kommt und dem Kiss, den Olli auch schon gekriegt hat auf seine Klatsche, dann ist es Johnny B. Bass. Wir haben ja gerade eben gesehen, dass ich keine Glatze mehr habe. Also warum sprichst du so? Naja, gut, ein Glätzchen ist es noch. Er ist der Beste, er ist der schönste Wrestler. Und nachdem er die Maske wieder abgenommen hat, ist er noch schöner geworden. Und was für ein Match gestern ist das gewesen. Mit der wirklich fast schon historischen Versöhnung zwischen Johnny B. Bad und Max Payne. Wahnsinn. Max Payne hat gezeigt, dass er ein gutes Herz hat. Und hier der Gegner von Johnny B. Bass, Fury aus der Wrecking Crew. Er hat kein gutes, aber ein hartes Herz. Wer? Fury, der Hengst. Ach so, der ist das. Ja, genau. Der ist metamorphisiert. Oder wie das heißt. Vom Hengst gewandelt zu einem Mitglied der Wrecking Crew. Und jetzt wollen wir mal sehen, ob es Johnny B. Bad beflügelt, dass jetzt Max Payne sein bester Freund ist. Aber es ist vor allem so, dass er hier einen ganz harten Gegner hat. Also es ist kein einfacher Gang, den er vor sich hat. Mit Sicherheit nicht. Fury von der Wrecking Crew, er wiegt 256 Pfund und ist wirklich voll austrainiert. Und ein hervorragender Wrestler, ein Brawler, der aber auch die Techniken beherrscht später, oder? Ja, du sagst es richtig, er ist ein Brawler, also mehr ein Keiler, der aber immer mithalten kann, wenn es auch im technischen Bereich etwas zu sehen gibt. Jetzt muss er aber erst einmal nehmen, einstecken, Armdrag, Hip Toss, alles nacheinander. Ja, ich habe es gerne, wenn die Wrestler so anfangen und nicht erst sich abtasten, sondern gleich loslegen. Oh, und da oben sitzt Max Payne und drückt hier Johnny B. Bad die Daumen. Wir können ihn leider nicht sehen. Er wird von der Kamera jetzt nicht eingefangen. Aber sie sind wirklich jetzt Freunde geworden. Johnny B. Bad und Max Payne. Es ist unglaublich. Und jetzt, was für ein Suplex hier. Kurz gezogen, würdest du sagen, Peter? Ja, vielleicht haben sie beide die Nacht verbracht. Johnny B. Bad und Max Payne. Ich meine, beim Bierchen. Ja, das meine ich auch. Deswegen habe ich auch da überhaupt nichts zugesagt. Und Johnny B. Bad, egal wie viel Bierchen er letzte Nacht getrunken haben mag, er ist ja topfit, auch wenn er jetzt bearbeitet wird von Schlägen hier von Fury. Ja, und Fury haut seine Schläge richtig ins Genick des Gegners rein und geht früh genug runter, dass Johnny B. Bad einmal seinen Gegner verpasst. Da ist er daneben gesprungen und das hat ihm sichtlich wehgetan und Fury nutzt das natürlich aus. Der Hengst hier
Und es springt er ihn an, Flying Shoulder Block. Und Johnny B. Bad macht doch ein bisschen zu viel, ist jetzt hier am Boden.
Ja, man hat, wie gesagt, da kann man einen guten Tag haben oder einen schlechteren, aber wir wissen von Johnny B. Bad, dass er sich auch immer wieder aufbauen kann während eines Kampfes. Aber hier wird erstmal der Hengst.
Erleben wir hier eine Sensation im ersten Match. Schafft es Fury, Johnny B. Bad zu besiegen, aber jetzt kommt er wieder mit seinen gefürchteten Faustschlägen mit Lucille.
Wobei das natürlich ein klarer Faustschlag war. Insofern...
er setzt jetzt an hier auf dem dritten Seil. Sunset Flip.
Übersprungen den Gegner.
3, das Match ist vorbei. Johnny B. Bad hat es geschafft.
Da gibt es denn sowas und Fury so schnell zu schlagen, dazu muss man schon erste Klasse sein.
Toller Auftakt hier bei Worldwide Wrestling aus den MGM Disney Studios.
Hier sehen wir es nochmal. Ja, da wollte er gerne Johnny B. Bad hochnehmen zu einem Backdrop. Und jetzt fliegt er rüber über seinen Gegner. Double Leg Nelson. Wunderbar.
So, und wir hören jetzt, was Hawk von den Road Warriors zu sagen hat über Battleborn. Die nächste Großveranstaltung.
Mit Hawk von den Road Warriors. Das ist wieder erste Sahne.
Ja, und er hat gesagt, er wird bei der ersten Großveranstaltung im nächsten Jahr beim Battle Ball dabei sein. Aber wir wissen, die Road Warriors haben auch bei den letzten Großveranstaltungen mitgemischt. So auch bei den Wargames und vielleicht ist er schon dieses Mal wieder dabei. Am Samstag, 4. Dezember ab 22 Uhr bei Halloween Havoc. Wer weiß?
Genau, aber hier sind wir im ersten Kampf. Und Danny Brown ist hier eingeblendet und er muss antreten gegen Dustin Rhodes, the Natural Dustin Rhodes, den US Heavyweight Champion.
Rhodes, über ihn braucht man kein Wort zu verlieren. Über Danny Brown schon eher. Er ist klein, sieht auch nicht besonders muskulös aus. Hat auch leichten Brustansatz, so wie mein Freund Big Sky. Aber er ist verdammt schnell und er ist bissig, wie eine Natter.
Eine Körbchengröße, wie du immer sagst, ja?
Körbchengröße 7, würde ich sagen.
Ja, jetzt muss er erstmal zu Boden gehen bei dem Armbreak.
Und da hat er seinen Gegner beim Referee Nick Patrick angeschwärzt. Und das finden die Fans natürlich überhaupt nicht gut hier in der Halle. Das können sie gar nicht leiden.
Danny Brown ist mehr ein Low-Flyer.
Eine Petze. Was ist das? Eine Petze.
Eine Petze.
Er ist gepetzt. Wobei ich habe gar nichts Illegales hier von Dustin Rhodes gesehen. Oh, aber jetzt Illegales von Danny Brown. Da ist er in die Augen gegangen von Dustin Rhodes.
Und er überspringt ihn und dann mit diesem Armdrag runter. Das ist mehr Charlie Brown anstatt Danny Brown.
Er hat aber mehr Haare als Charlie Brown. Aber er ist nicht größer und er ist vielleicht nicht muskulöser, aber er steckt hier gut ein. Sieht so ein bisschen aus von der Figur wie ein Teebeutel, finde ich. Teebeutel Danny Brown.
Ja, er ist gewissermaßen ein Einstecker.
Peppermint. Und jetzt geht er hier an die Hose von Dustin Rhodes. Will er ihn blank ziehen? Nein. Ah, jetzt hier dieser Ellbogen von dem Kleinen. Ich habe gesagt, er ist eine Natter. Er ist wirklich nicht zu unterschätzen. Und die Fans hier in der Halle. Es ist fantastisch, diese Stimmung hier in den MGM Disney Studios.
Ja, das lieben die Fans natürlich, wenn da durch die Gegend geflogen wird. Aber Danny Brown hat wahrscheinlich nicht so gerne. Da kam einmal der Backdrop und gleich hinterher der Armdrag. Das ging einmal up and down. Achterbahn, würde ich sagen, ja?
Mit Sicherheit. Achterbahn draußen hier natürlich auf dem Disney-Gelände und auch hier drinnen fährt Dustin Rhodes mit seinem Gegner, mit Danny Brown, auf und ab.
Und die Fans wollen mehr sehen davon.
Es ist wirklich fantastisch hier. Also für mich ist das die schönste Halle hier in den Vereinigten Staaten. Hier die MGM Disney Studios. Die Stimmung hier, die kocht jedes Mal förmlich über. Nur Danny Brown ist momentan nicht so begeistert. Wow, Überschlag jetzt hier, aber schöner Konter von Dustin.
Hat versucht, einen Kopf durchzuziehen.
Und auch Dustin sehen wir wieder.
Ja, und jetzt kommt das Small Package hier, einmal andersrum.
Verpackt, aber Danny Brown gibt nicht auf. Und ich wollte diesen Gedanken eben noch fortführen. Dustin Rhodes sehen wir ja heute genau in einer Woche wieder beim Halloween Havoc
wenn er antritt um seinen Titel, um den US Heavyweight Belt gegen Herausforderer Stunning Steve Austin. Ich bin gespannt auf dieses Match, Peter.
Ja, das wird schwer genug für ihn. Zumal Stunning Steve Austin ja mit dem weißen Herrn kommt, nicht? Mit dem weißen Engel da.
Mit deiner Freundin.
Ja, meinem Freund, genau.
Und wir sind dann ja auch ganz nah am Ring, hatten unsere Plätze nächste Woche. Und ich bin gespannt, Peter. Ich bin wirklich gespannt, ob du das vielleicht mal eingreifst.
Ja, logisch werde ich eingreifen. Ich werde erstmal den weißen Hut dem über den Schädel ziehen, dem Colonel Parker.
Also Fans, ihr habt es gehört, ein Versprechen hier von Peter William. Er will sich beim Halloween Havoc anlegen mit Colonel Rob Parker, dem Manager von Stunning Steve Austin und vielleicht auch noch dem Manager von Sid Vicious. Er hat ihn gestern attackiert, aber man weiß noch nicht, was daraus geworden ist. Wir haben nachgefragt, haben bisher noch keine Information gekriegt. Es gibt noch nichts Offizielles. Man weiß nicht, ob Rob Parker immer noch Manager von Sid Vicious ist.
Ja, wir werden das erleben, denn alles, was dieser Colonel Parker macht, ist im Grunde genommen nur Stuss und dummes Zeug. Aber hier wird das Ding Rhodes ausgehoben.
Unglaublich, von einem Danny Brown, der unter 1,75 ist, wird er ausgehoben. Da muss ich dem kleinen Danny wirklich Lob zollen. Fantastisch gemacht, Peter, oder?
Ja, Danny Boy kann man hier sagen. Ein Youngster, der vielleicht seine Chance sieht hier.
Aber er sollte trotzdem in Zukunft ein wenig weniger Hamburger essen und Pommes. Der Pommespanzer. Und jetzt wird aber hochgenommen hier.
Ja, da überspringt er aber Dustin Rhodes. Und rennt dann in diesen Ellbogen rein.
Ellbogen auf die Stirn. Und jetzt ist er am Boden und die Fans hier. Kann es nur nochmal wiederholen. Sie sind fantastisch und die Halle ist fantastisch.
Ah, und jetzt wird Cash zurückgezahlt. Flying Clothesline von Dustin Rhodes.
Wie der Daddy, wie sein Vater. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Einmal darüber, aber jetzt muss er das Reversal hinnehmen. Nein, das hat er extra gemacht.
Oh, und nochmal geht's ab. Mit der Stirn auf den Boden. Jetzt kommt er Nein. Zwei. Ja, das war.
Ah, ganz einfach. Bulldog, den Gegner gedreht und gecovert.
Und der Becker schaffte hinterher. Dustin Rhodes, wie Boris Becker hier. Mit der Faust.
Wer ist Boris Becker?
Dieser Tennisspieler, glaube ich.
Ach so.
Das Ganze nochmal in der Zeitlupe.
Ah, hier sehen wir doch, was er versucht. Alles.
Die Flying Clothesline.
Danny Brown, da rennt er aber rein. Da kommt der Bulldog, jetzt wird er gedreht und gecovert. Das ist ein Move. Das Bein mit eingehakt. Aus, Ende.
Und die Jubelpose von Dustin. Wir haben jetzt ein Statement von Ric Flair, dem Nature Boy. Und dann gleich wieder da. Jetzt in einer anderen Halle mit einem kleinen Rückblick hier. Ein Match aus der Woche. Marcus Alexander Bagwell diesmal ohne seinen Partner. Aber dafür mit einem neuen Manager, mit Paddy Long. Und der Gegner hier von Marcus Alexander Bagwell ist Peter.
Mike Moon muss gegen ihn antreten. Und ob der Chancen hat,
Der Mann aus dem Mond.
Der Mann aus dem Mond. Jetzt fängt er auch noch an zu singen, der Olli.
Nee, ich wollte ja schon, ich habe meine Stimme gehört und das war wirklich zu grausam. Singen kann ich leider nicht.
Ja, Marcus Alexander Bagwell, er ist der Liebling der Massen hier, das ist ganz klar. Sein Gegner etwas größer als er, wesentlich schwerer als er, aber er sieht natürlich nicht so athletisch aus. Und wie er sich bewegt, das werden wir sofort erleben.
Gar nicht schlecht. Allerdings war das mehr auf die Aktion von Marcus Alexander Bagwell nach diesem Arm-Drag-Kickdown zurückzuführen. Aber Mike Moon trotzdem auch relativ durchtrainiert. Ein typischer Wrestler eben. Breites Kreuz.
Oh, ist schon ein Brecher, kann man sagen.
Der Mann aus dem Mond. Der zweite Astronaut nach Armstrong.
Ja, Mike Moon musste alleine rauffliegen, weil es ganz einfach gewichtsmäßig sonst nicht mehr hingehauen hätte.
Er hatte nur eine kleine Rakete. Eine Silvesterrakete. Aber hat es bis zum Mond geschafft. Nein!
Oh, da wird er aber hochgenommen zum Side-Suplex. Halber Back-Suplex war das schon.
Wow, und Marcus Alexander Bagwell, ja, schlägt sich bringt sich richtig in Form und ich bin gespannt auf den Halloween Havoc. Diese beiden natürlich nicht, sondern er, aber mit seinem Partner, mit Tuco Scorpio, treten ja an gegen die Champs, gegen die Nasty Boys. Aber jetzt erstmal hier gegen Mike Moon, Peter.
Der Mike Moon wird ganz schön durch die Gegend geschmissen.
Nein, das will er noch gar nicht, Peter. Da hat er losgelassen. Er hat ihn schon gehabt.
Vielleicht konnte er ihn da auch noch nicht halten. Diese 3 Sekunden, es ist ganz, ganz schwierig, einen Gegner 3 Sekunden auf den Schulterblättern zu halten.
Aber ich hatte das Gefühl, er wollte noch gar nicht. Er wollte ja zeigen, was er auch alleine drauf hat.
Ja, und das hat eben auch wieder jetzt gezeigt, dass er wesentlich gelernt hat noch. Sein Timing ist besser geworden noch. Der Markus Alexander Beckwell ist auf dem Weg ganz, ganz an die Spitze.
Und ich denke mal, da wird ihm hinverhelfen. Hier, da ist der Manager Teddy Long. Er hat schon viele Wrestler bis ganz an die Spitze gebracht. Er ist vielleicht mit der Top-Manager in der internationalen Wrestling-Szene.
Ja, kann man sagen. Und Teddy hat gesagt, ich bringe euch nach vorne. Und wenn Teddy das sagt, kann man darauf warten, dass es passiert.
Vielleicht schon beim Halloween Havoc, aber jetzt, heute Abend, vielleicht auch hier gegen den Mann vom Mond, gegen Mike Moon.
Ja, hier war dieser Leckdrop auf den Oberarm des Gegners und dann nimmt er gleichzeitig aber auch den Rissblock mit.
Fantastisch, wie athletisch hier Marcus Alexander Beckwell ist, und er trainiert wirklich jeden Tag 3 bis 4 Stunden. Egal ob abends Matches oder nicht, jeden Tag geht er 3, 4 Stunden in die Fitnessstudios. Und es ist ein Wahnsinn, was dieser Mann noch verputzt. Bei jeder Mahlzeit, er ist 3, 4 Mal warm am Tag, bestellt er sich 2 Hauptgänge. Und
hier hat er sich aber verrechnet, Dolly.
Ja, er hat sich verrechnet, aber trotzdem ist er so durchtrainiert. Und dann steckt er auch weg hier, die Knie von Mike Moon.
Jetzt kommt mein Mike Moon zurück. Ich wollte gerade sagen, Mike sollte sich was einfallen lassen. Jetzt hat er sich was einfallen lassen.
Oh, da geht er was zurück hier.
Da rennt er gegen den Fuß, genau.
Nicht Peterchens Mondfahrt, sondern Mikes Mondfahrt.
Das sind aber alles Faustschläge, die hier ausgeteilt werden von beiden Seiten.
Ja, aber P.W. Anderson, ich glaube, er hat das Match nicht so richtig im Griff. Er ist noch nicht so richtig wach.
Ja, manchmal ist ein Referee aber auch ganz einfach so ein Match laufen, weil keine gesundheitlichen Schäden dabei passieren können und damit das Match nicht unterbrochen wird. Und was passiert jetzt?
Wow, back to black und die Brücke. 1, 2, 3, jawohl.
Sehr gut, jawohl. Und ja, als ob Teddy Long das schon gewusst hat. Ja, so hat er ihn eingestellt.
Und das ist nochmal ein Gruß an die Nasty Boys. Und wir gehen zurück jetzt in die MGM Disney Studios. Präsentiert hier Rick Rude eitel wie ein V seinen WM-Gürtel. Die Fans buhen natürlich hier in der Halle.
Aber das kann er sich auch leisten. Er ist ein wirklicher Athlet. Und sein Gegner Brady Boone. Der weiß das natürlich auch, gegen wen er hier anzutreten hat. Und der Junge wird versuchen, seine Chance zu nutzen. Aber ob das reicht?
Ich habe ihn gestern trainieren sehen, Brady Boone. Er ist zwar nicht so groß, aber er ist athletisch und er ist wahnsinnig schnell, Peter. Wirklich, du wirst es gleich erleben.
Ja, ich habe gesehen, wie er aus der Garderobe kam. Brady Boone ist so groß wie Olli.
Aber leider bin ich nicht so schnell wie Brady. Der ist wirklich gut, der Junge, und wir werden es gleich sehen, da bin ich ganz sicher. Er hat gar keinen Respekt hier vor dem Weltmeister, vor Rick Rude. Wow, da geht die Close-Line schon daneben. Guck dir das an.
Ja, so ein Wrestler muss natürlich versuchen, durch schnelle Aktionen die Kondition seines Gegners auszupumpen.
Nein, 1, 2.
Na, wäre denn das eine Sensation gewesen jetzt.
Brady Boone, der so ein bisschen aussieht wie Rumpelstilzchen hier, mit seinen roten Stiefeln, aber guck dir das an, wie schnell der ist und wie athletisch der ist.
Der gestiefelte Kater ist das.
Genau, der rot gestiefelte Kater lehrt hier, muss man sagen, gerade Mäuschen Rick Rude das durch.
Und schon wieder ein Side-Headlock angesetzt. Und überspringt wieder Rick Rude.
1, 2.
Ja, aber ist es denn die Möglichkeit?
Da hat er ihn schon zweimal am Boden gehabt, zweimal einen Zugcount und jetzt schon wieder hier.
Ja, da wollte Rekrut ihn zur Powerbomb runterschmeißen. Auch das ging nicht.
Also ich muss sagen, ich bin begeistert von diesem Brady Boone hier.
Und der Junge ist schon wieder auf dem dritten Seil.
Oh, aber da springt er jetzt daneben, da ist er daneben gesprungen.
Ja, normalerweise ist das auch zu früh. Der hat ja noch Kondition, der Rekrut. Das ist ja ein Champion.
Oh, und verdammt, oh, nein, nicht.
Rude Awakening.
Oh, das tut mir leid. 1, 2, 3, das ist es leider gewesen. Wow, und wir warten jetzt hier auf Ice Train. Das quadratische Kraftpaket, Peter.
Ja, das ist Power perfekt. Power pur. Was immer man dazu sagen muss.
Und begleitet wird er von seinem Manager Warmy Thunderball Patterson.
Ja, der alte Patterson ist da bei ihm.
Wieso wird er eigentlich Warmy genannt?
Ja, vielleicht ist es um ihn herum sehr warm immer.
Also,
Und sein Gegner, Tony Vincent, muss sich warm anziehen auch.
mit Sicherheit, denn Ice Train, der Zug, der geradewegs auf den Friedhof fährt. Und wir wollen mal sehen, wohin er heute Tony Vincent befördert. Der Mann aus Massachusetts, Tony Vincent, immer dabei, aber er hat es noch nicht ganz an die Spitze gebracht. Vielleicht heute wieder den Sieg gegen Ice Train, Peter.
Nein, ich kann mir nicht denken. Dieser Ice Train erinnert mich an Scott Norton zum Beispiel.
Scott Norton, der ja mitgespielt hat in einem Film sogar mit Sylvester Stallone, Over the Top.
Ja, das sind so diese Powerhouses. Wenn man diese Überstürzer sieht, da wird der Gegner geliftet, ganz egal, wo er gerade ist und wie er gerade steht. Ausgehoben und er kann nichts dagegen tun.
Übrigens, ab nächste Woche haben wir wieder auch den Armwrestling-Wettbewerb hier bei uns in der WCW.
Oh, und dann kam dieser Axel Dieter eben. Dieser Crossschlag.
Kannst du dir vorstellen, Peter, dass jemand Ice Train beim Armdrücken besiegen könnte?
Nee.
Wow! Powerbomb hier,
was
nein, Powerbomb.
für ein Powerslam war das.
1, 2, 3. Du hast
Ja.
recht. Keine Chance hier für Tony Vincent.
Und wenn man diesen Powerslam sieht, dann möchte man natürlich irgendwann einmal British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith gegen ihn sehen.
Das wäre ein super Match. Vielleicht werden wir es erleben. Und Tony Vincent hat da starke Schmerzen. Das gucken wir uns nochmal in der Zeitlupe an.
Ja, war gut gedacht. Tony Vincent schickt seinen Gegner rüber und rennt aber natürlich in diesen Tackle rein.
Der bleibt da
Noch
stehen.
einmal.
wie
Und
ein
jetzt kommt
Fels.
dieser Powerslam. Und gleich mit dem eigenen Gewicht noch rauf. Eingehakt und dann ist es passiert, natürlich.
Und er hat Gewicht. 272 Pfund.
Und jetzt geht er nach Hause und erzählt der Mami, dass er wieder gewonnen hat.
Und hier kommen Harlem Heat und dreschen gleich, bevor die Ringglocke ertönt, auf ihre Gegner ein, auf Chester Longfield und Max Hansen. Gar keine Chance für die beiden zur Reaktion, aber wie können die auch so dusselig sein und diesen beiden Männern den Rücken zu wenden, Peter? Das ist doch
Ja,
Schwachsinn.
trotzdem, Chester Longfield ist ja nicht mal so ein schlechter Wrestler. Der hat sich auch irgendwelche Chancen ausgerechnet.
Aber ein Dummer.
Ja, es ist passiert ja schon bald.
Hier wird er hochgenommen, bleibt einfach liegen. Sollte er auch tun, denn gegen diese beiden Wrestler, gegen The Harlem Heat, haben sie keine Chance. Die sind mindestens genauso fies wie die Nasty Boys, kennen die gleichen schmutzigen Tricks, gelernt nachts auf den Straßen in Harlem. Das ist ja kein besonders gutes Pflaster. Nichts für Kirchenschwestern hier. Wow!
Auch wieder ein Powerslam hier rübergezogen, den Gegner. Und The Harlem Heat, na, sie sind vielleicht sogar noch kräftiger als die Nasty Boys.
Kräftiger bestimmt. Jetzt hier, bitte noch.
Mit Hilfe des Teamkampfpartners geht's da rüber auf den Gegner.
Da hat King Cole noch geholfen. Und jetzt noch Tritte in die Magengegend. Und da geht es jetzt ab. Nein! Ich hätte schon gedacht, er will ihn hochnehmen zur Powerbomb, aber...
Dann nimmt er nochmal das Knie und nochmal das Knie. Er legt ja den Gegner meist ab dann für seinen Teamkampfpartner, ja?
Und jetzt ist der gute Max auch noch drin. Nicht Max Payne, sondern Max Hansen.
Oh, Side Headlock, ein Side Suplex natürlich.
Erst wurde ihm ein bisschen schwindelig hier von der Drehung und dann der Side Suplex. Oh, dieses Match sollte schnell vorbei sein.
Und sein Partner wartet schon auf ihn.
Da wird er abgelegt wie ein nasser Sack. Wie ein Schnitzel, das fertig ist. Das wartet drauf, geklopft zu werden.
Uiuiui. Das sollte eine Clothesline werden und dann wurde es dieser Dampfhammer mit dem Unterarm auf die Stirn.
Die Fans sind gar nicht damit einverstanden, was diese beiden hier, was Harlem Heat, King und Cole im Ring fabrizieren. Aber das juckt diese beiden wenig.
Ah, pass auf, halt ihn fest, wurde jetzt eben gesagt.
Und was macht jetzt hier PB Anderson? Jetzt erst greift er ein. Zum ersten Mal, glaube ich, am gesamten heutigen Abend hat PB Anderson in das Match eingegriffen.
Ja, er hat vorher schon angezählt, Olli.
Er ist aufgewacht. PB Anderson ist aufgewacht.
Ja, schwer genug. Dieser Unterarmschlag natürlich auch wieder sehr schmerzhaft. Gegen die Halsschlagader gesetzt und dann kommen die Tritte auf den Solarplexus dazu. So, und was soll da nun noch passieren? Jetzt wird er abgelegt, natürlich.
Und guckt er diesen Riesen an. Guckt der King an hier. Ah, geht es jetzt ab hier auch zum Power Slam. Jawohl!
Hat er sein Käppchen verloren, das ist ein Slam gewesen, ja.
Was ist mit dem Cappy? Oh, das ist natürlich gar nicht gut. Da wird jetzt hier Max Hansen schwer zu büßen haben. Dann.
Jetzt geht's nach oben, Powerbomb. Jawohl! Der Ellbogen ist...
1, 2, 3.
Ja, das ist ein Move schon bei den beiden, dieser Finishing Move. Hochgenommen zur Powerbomb, der Partner von oben runter. So, da reißt er sich auch seine Kopfbedeckung ab. Was ist denn das? Er kann reden und er hat auch Haare auf dem Kopf unter diesem Käppi.
Aber verstanden habe ich ihn leider nicht.
Hier sehen wir es jetzt, liebe Fans.
Der Power Slam jetzt hier. Wow, da geht er ab.
Ja, das war die eine Sache. Und das Finishing Move nochmal, die Powerbomb. Und als Hilfe noch von oben der Ellbogen und dann das Cover.
Von Cole. Und wir erwarten im Main Event Sting und The Dragon. Aber erstmal die Vorschau auf nächsten Freitag. Wir sehen...
Steht seinen dritten Erfolg an. Am Dienstag um 22 Uhr sitzt er bei uns in der Talkshow Offensiv, wird auch darüber sprechen, wann er seinen Platz für Boris Becker als Teamchef freimacht. Dienstag 22 Uhr der Kapitän Niki Pilic in der Talkshow. Bis dahin, tschüss.
Er werden sich heute gegenüberstehen. Einmal Ricky the Dragon Steamboat mit seinem Partner Sting und die Gegner werden sein Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful mit seinem Partner The Equalizer.
Genau, und der Equalizer ist gerade aus seinem Käfig gekommen. Ach, da ist er. Hat vorher noch schön gefressen.
Der hat immer noch die gleichen Schuhe an, die ich bei ihm kenne vor 4 Jahren.
Und die riechen. Unglaublich. Ich weiß gar nicht, was Paula an ihm findet. Am Equalizer.
Und die vielen kleinen Stingers natürlich hier hinter ihrem Helden.
Natürlich, es ist ja auch ein Spitzen-Main-Event hier. Tag Team Action. Sehe ich sowieso persönlich lieber sogar als Einzelkampf.
Ich nicht ganz so, aber gut. Es ist immer etwas mehr los. Es tut sich etwas im Ring, es tut sich mehr im Ring. Ich persönlich sehe lieber die harten Einzelkämpfe. Aber gut.
Aber Geschmackssache. Auf jeden Fall objektiv muss man sagen, ein Spitzenmatch hier im Main Event heute Abend, Samstagabend im deutschen Sportfernsehen. Die Equalizer zusammen mit Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff gegen Sting, den wir jetzt hier im Ring haben, und seinem Partner Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Und mir kommt es ganz einfach vor, als ob Mr. Wonderful wieder noch eins draufgelegt hat, noch mehr trainiert hat. Er sieht wieder so austrainiert aus oder durchtrainiert.
Aber natürlich auch Sting. Beide sind absolute Verfechter.
Naja, aber Sting ist ja noch 3 Tage jünger als Mr. Wonderful, ne?
absolute Verfechter vom Fitnesstraining. Natürlich trainieren sie getrennt, denn sie sind wahrlich keine Freunde hier. Wonderful, Orndorff und the one, the only Sting.
Mr. Wonderful. Nicht einfach nur Wonderful.
Na, das wusste ich nicht genau. Ich wusste jetzt nicht ganz genau, Mr. oder Mrs. Hast du nachgeguckt?
Ja, sagte, oder M. M. Ganz einfach M. Olli M.
Unverschämt, aber jetzt hier Sting, Shoulderblock gegen Orndorff und da geht er zu Boden. Die Fans hier jubeln.
Aber da sprengt Mr. Wonderful rüber. Das hat im Augenblick nicht gewusst, wo er ist.
In den USA hier ist Sting der beliebteste Wrestler. In Deutschland weiß ich es nicht so ganz genau. Ich habe das Gefühl gehabt, bei der Deutschland-Tour, dass vielleicht Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, noch ein wenig beliebter ist, Peter.
Ja, ist er auf jeden Fall. Hier in Europa ist Davey Boy um einiges beliebter als Sting. Aber gut.
Aber trotzdem zwei absolute Superstars. Die Superstars im Wrestling schlechthin. Hier gegen den Equalizer. Und der hat, obwohl er gerade Fressen gekriegt hat, noch richtig Hunger auf Sting. Man sieht das.
Ja, der hat seine rechte Hand abgetaped, damit er noch besser wahrscheinlich die Faustschläge anbringen kann. Jetzt
Die ist ihm
bringt er erst mal
abgetaped worden.
daneben.
Das kann er nicht selber.
Ach so.
Weißt du doch, Peter. Übrigens bist du es gewesen, wir haben es nachgeforscht, der in der vergangenen Woche den Käfig offen gelassen hat. Als dann auf einmal der Equalizer auf die Bühne stürmte hier, in den Ring stürmte.
Nein. Ich war es nicht. Ich war es nicht, liebe Fans. Ich habe zwar so ein bisschen laut vor mich hergeredet, die Zahlenkombination, vielleicht hat der Equalizer sich das gemerkt. Ach nee, kann er ja nicht.
Aber wrestlen kann er, da gibt es keine Frage, und einstecken kann er. Eine Rübe hart wie Holz mit nichts drin. Aber wie gesagt, er hat Nehmerqualitäten jetzt hier und das muss auch Ricky the Dragon Steamboat erkennen.
Jetzt wird er rübergeschickt und macht ein Reversal.
Aber da springt er daneben.
Aha. Da ist der Drache vorher selbst mit ihm mitgegangen, ja.
Oh, und da haben sie, hast du das gesehen, Peter? Da haben sie gegenseitig Schwung geholt und dann ist Stinger mit seinem berühmten Splash hier auf den Equalizer gesprungen und jetzt erneuter Wechsel.
Der liegt jetzt wie ein Maikipper auf dem Rücken.
1, 2, aber Kickout vom Equalizer.
Nee, das lässt er sich nicht so gefallen. Der Equalizer erstmal ablösen und Paul Orndorff wieder im Ring.
Oh, und hier Ricky the Dragon Steamboat heizt die Fans, heizt die Stimmung in der Halle hier an und die ist wirklich fantastisch. Oh, Paul hat sich ein wenig die Haare gerichtet. Trägt er elegant kurz, so wie ich.
Den Schweiß abgewischt. Paula wird da gerufen. Er soll doch froh sein, dass sie so schreien. Das ist doch schon ein Kompliment.
Also wenn ich mal so angefeuert werden würde. Oder
ja.
Du. Oh, und jetzt rollt die Sting ein. 1, 2. Für mich war das ein Dry-Count, Peter.
Wenn man zu dir anstatt Olli plötzlich Dolly sagt, ne?
Wenn sie nicht meinen. Aber jetzt hier Mrs. Wonderful, gar nicht so grazil, sondern mit Uppercuts sind das schon fast, nein, mit Ellbogenschlägen auf den Plexus von Sting und der hat jetzt Schwierigkeiten, Luft zu holen hier.
Naja, es ist besser, wenn er jetzt rausgeht. Wenn er rausgeht, Sting, ein bisschen Luft holen draußen und dann wieder rein und zurückzahlen. So muss es sein. Aber da ist der Equalizer, ja.
Kein guter Ratschlag von dir, Peter, denn da kommt der Equalizer an. Und bearbeitet im Rücken vom Referee Nick Patrick hier Sting. Oh, und dann mit den alten Schuhen. Igitt.
Ja,
seit 4 Jahren trägt er sie jeden Tag ununterbrochen.
Und nicht nur Tag, sondern nachts auch noch.
Die sind mittlerweile angewachsen, die Schuhe. Und
Sein Headlock jetzt und dann wird er aber rübergeschickt. Paul wird rübergeschickt.
Shoulderblock, aber Paul Orndorff standfester als Sting hier, der angeschlagen ist. Und jetzt auch noch den Ellbogen auf die Kehle von Wonderful nehmen muss.
Oh, jetzt Bulldog. Na, DDT.
DDT von
Na, das könnte das Ende
Orndorff.
jetzt bedeuten.
Ist das Ende gewesen und nochmal der Ellbogen.
Ja, und dann wahrscheinlich der Pfeiltreiber irgendwann.
Also
Oh
Sting
nein.
ist wirklich völlig am Ende, denn ansonsten würde er ablösen. Sting, vielleicht der cleverste Wrestler in der WCW. Er hat ja auch genug Erfahrung, ist schon seit Jahren dabei, 3-mal Weltmeister gewesen. Er kennt jeden Schlick. Ist doch nicht so eitel, würde jetzt ja ablösen, wenn er könnte, aber er kann nicht.
Ah, jetzt wird aber angezählt, Paul Orndorff, ja. Er hat nicht nur einen Würgegriff angesetzt, sondern den Kehlkopf gedrückt. Und das ist natürlich verboten.
Hatte sich da verbissen ins Ding wie ein Terrier. Und jetzt, siehst du, was ich gesagt habe, da wollte er das Tag machen, schafft es aber nicht.
Nein, da holt Paul Orndorff ihn rüber zum Equalizer, ja.
In den Schuh.
Ist
das
so.
eine Sauerei. Und man sieht, da ist Sting von dem Geruch auch völlig benommen.
Ja, sozusagen benebelt und wird da ausgezählt. Nein, das war ein Zweikauen. Und nochmal wieder hochgenommen vom Equalizer. 140 Kilo hat er ungefähr.
Inklusive seiner Schuhe. Oh, und jetzt nochmal die Zopf. Oder der Zopf an die Kehle. Und Ricky the Dragon feuert das Publikum wieder an. Und Sting kann das wirklich gut gebrauchen. Ah, was kann dieser Mann alles einstecken hier?
Ja, ein Schuh nach dem anderen.
Und er platzt die Bemalung vom Gesicht ab. So haben sie ihm zum zugesetzt hier.
Ja, und Paul Orndorff, wir haben es eben gesehen, ganz ruhig in seiner Ecke, weil er jetzt sieht, wie Sting bearbeitet wird.
Und der Equalizer hat gerade mit der Zunge geschnalzt. Ich hoffe, er will Sting doch nicht beißen etwa.
Nein.
Man weiß es nicht so genau. Bei ihm weiß man nie beim Equalizer. Nächste Woche sehen wir ihn im Armwrestling gegen den Champion, gegen Heavy Metal Van Hammer. Aber jetzt kommt Sting hier zurück.
Nein, das schafft er nicht. Dazu ist der Equalizer zu frisch.
Und vor allen Dingen auch zu mächtig. Den haut so schnell nichts um. Aber da kommt Paul Orndorff, wollte von hinten eingreifen, wird Gott sei Dank von Nick Patrick hier in seine Schranken gewiesen. Aber jetzt angeflogen vom dritten Seil.
Aber das sage ich dir, Olli, so wie noch einmal der Drache reinkommen kann. Wenn sie das schaffen, dass da nochmal abgelöst wird, dann geht's aber rund.
Ich kann mir nicht mehr vorstellen, dass Sting es noch schafft, das Tag zu machen. Er will ja, er kriecht auf allen Vieren, will zu seinem Partner hin. Ich glaube, er weiß gar nicht mehr ganz genau, wo der überhaupt steht. Das ist nur noch Reflex, das ist nur die nicht der Piledriver. Nicht der Piledriver, nein! Sting mit einem Konter, Gott sei Dank, aber jetzt
in der falschen Ecke. Er ist in der falschen Ecke, er muss rüber zur anderen Ecke. Und da ist es passiert.
2.
Nein, immer noch nicht.
2 Count. Also für mich sah er schon verdammt nach einem Dry Count aus. Da kann sich Sting bedanken hier beim Referee, beim Nick Patrick, dass dieses Match noch nicht entschieden ist. Vielleicht wäre es sogar besser für ihn.
Ja, das könnte man jetzt annehmen. Und jetzt ist er in diesem gefährlichen Chinlock schon wieder drin, das Knie in den Rücken gesetzt.
Man muss neidlos anerkennen hier, Mr. oder Mrs. Wonderful Paul Orndorff und der Equalizer in fantastischer Verfassung hier. Das hätte ich nicht gedacht, dass sie so mit Ricky the Dragon Steamboat und vor allen Dingen mit Sting umspringen können, Peter.
Ja, sie dominieren dieses Teammatch von Anfang an. Aber jetzt versucht Sting noch einmal, die letzte Reserven rauszuholen. Und vielleicht kann er doch noch... Nein.
War das knapp, es waren wirklich nur Millimeter, aber natürlich jetzt hier Wonderful. Wie ein Terrier, er lässt nicht los.
Ja, und jetzt einfach vielleicht mal die Dummheit des Gegners ausnutzen. Sich rüberschicken lassen oder irgend so was Ähnliches.
Der Brust auf ihn ein. Und das, was ich jetzt meine, pass auf, er will sich rüberschicken lassen. Aber der Equalizer ist so dumm, der merkt nicht mal was. Und ablösen. Er rennt wieder rein in diesen Ellbogen. Wer schafft es jetzt? Wer schafft es zu machen? Ja, das scheint mir der Equalizer selbst angeschlagen zu sein. Aber er kann ablösen. Lässt aber an der Vorderseite drehen und führt wieder gegen Steamboat. Na, habe die Ehre. Habe die Ehre, was jetzt passiert. Pass mal auf. Der Drachen wie entschlüsselt. Hämmert er da auf den Gegner ein. Wow. Faustschlag auf die Stirn vom Equalizer. Karateschläge waren das. 3 Karateschläge. Und dann Coconut. Ping, boing. Das war Big Ben. aus London.
Geht der Equalizer auf, dritte Seil. Und wieder auf. Und auf 1, 2, 3. Jetzt, nein, jetzt erst.
Wann
Da fällt er
fängt er
viel
denn
zu
an zu
spät.
fehlen?
Viel zu spät. Das ist es eigentlich schon gewesen. Um einer hätte hier Ricky the Dragon Steamboat für seinen Partner die Schlacht alleine entschieden. Aber jetzt, Sting kommt nochmal angesprochen. Jetzt ist es das. 1, 2, 3. Ja, das ist es.
Ja. Ja, war auch nicht ganz korrekt, was da passiert ist.
Aber was für eine Wende in diesem
Ja,
Match.
und spannende Aktion, ganz spannende Aktion.
Und wir sehen uns wieder.
One you'll hate because I hate him. The 1, 2, 3 kid. Plus the man that says he will be the next Intercontinental Champion, IRS. You can call this Beauty versus the Beast. Bastion Booger takes on the Mono, Rick Martel. And a special interview with Doink the Clown.
Well, here we are. You get up.
Drop something.
Yeah, like, well, that's not it. Get up.
You wearing swim fins?
No, I'm not wearing swim fins. Is there a cowboy boot when you feel one?
Ladies and gentlemen, The Undertaker on his way to the ring. And I really believe that's what I said earlier. When he locked up at the Survivor Series with Yokozuna, there was fear in the WWF Champion's eyes. And again, now, will you get up now? Ah, there it is. My eraser. The Undertaker, one of the most awesome competitors in the history of the World Wrestling Federation. 6 feet 10 and a half inches tall, well over 300 pounds from Death Valley. A man that has one thing, I believe, on his mind right now, and that's to get his big hands, those huge hands, on Yokozuna. I'm not really sure if he knows what a title is. I'm not really sure he knows how much money can be made. Well, that guy does. You bet. Paul Bearer certainly knows the value, especially of holding the prestigious WWF Championship. Well, look at that. Is a scary sight. Gus Kanarakis to challenge the Undertaker here. Boy, he is very protective over that urn, isn't he? Tell me that's not Gomez Adams of the Adams family. Well, Gomez was a little bit on the slim side. And that's it. And Kanarakis tried to get some sort of early advantage here. Can't really blame him for that. This is a real powerhouse. This is the Undertaker. You know, he's so hard to wrestle, Ross. You can't prepare for him. You don't know what... Some people don't like their arms or shoulders. They have a history of bad knees or something. You know, it's just different with other wrestlers. Him, he shows no emotion. He shows no pain. You don't know if he's hurt or not. Boy, one thing he does show us is phenomenal agility. Think about this, fans. That big man, 6'10 and a half. Wow. Right off the top rope with the agility of a small man. And Gomez, Paul Bearer, very happy with what he's seeing thus far. I'm sure that James E. Cornette and Master Fuji and Yokozuna are not too pleased at what they're seeing, because the Undertaker is in what would seem to me to be the greatest physical shape of his entire WWF career. You're right about that, Russ. I doubt if there's anyone in the World Wrestling Federation that can beat this man. High impact clothesline. I think you're absolutely right about that. Again, reportedly with the most high, the most intense threshold of pain of anyone ever in the World Wrestling Federation. And it may be, yes, I think so, yes. It's time for the Tombstone Pile Driver. The beginning of the end. You talk about high impact, and he drills him right there. The Undertaker drilling his opponent. Got no eyes, Ross. He's not a human being. Yokozuna, beware. Folks. Where are you going? Any place. You stay here. Ladies and gentlemen, our special report is coming up. We've got some big news about ladies' action in the WWF and more on the Hart brothers. Let's go now to the special. Everyone, WWF action continues here as Bobby Backlund makes his way to the ring. Still to come, everyone. The 1, 2, 3 kid's going to be here, as we mentioned. Also, a very special interview
Our colleague Ray Rougeau is going to talk to one doink, not 3 or 4, but only one doink. And the outstanding combination of the smoking guns scheduled to be with us as well. Bob Backlund and the Brooklyn Brawler ready to get it on here. And I tell you, what do you think of this Hart situation, Brain? It's hard to really to summarize.
Well, if you watch all the talk shows that are out now, families are fighting one another all the time. And the Harts are notorious for it. You know, like, if Bret the Hitman Hart loved his brother that much, when Bret was champion, why didn't he ever offer him a title match? Can you tell me that?
I really don't know the answer to that question, but I'd like to think that it's a small family matter and that it will be rectified within the family in a matter of, if it hasn't already, in a matter of days or so.
Well, I shouldn't say this publicly, but I heard the other day that in a Chicago newspaper, Bret said he hated Owen Hart with a passion.
Well, I don't believe that, as Brooklyn Brawler takes down Bob Backlund, the former WWF champion, shoved back in the corner by the controversial Brooklyn Brawler.
Well, I sure hope all this talk doesn't get back to Owen.
Oh, you're going to try, aren't you? You're really trying your best to stir this one up. Irish whip is going to be reversed as the Brawler came right at you and then taken up and over one more time by Bob Backlund. Backlund showing that great amateur background. So fundamentally sound is this veteran. And he has very deceiving strength, Brain.
No, he's 44, 45 years old.
He may have the problem. No, he doesn't. Excuse me, Bob.
He's 45, 44 years old. He's in great shape to be competing here in the WWF. Come on.
We call him the Nolan Ryan of the WWF.
No, I call him more the Opie Taylor.
I don't know why you don't like Bob Backlund. I thought everybody liked Bob Backlund. And the Brawler doesn't seem to be too overly aggressive in this particular part of the match.
Not everybody likes apple pie, Ross.
Boy, I do.
Of course you would. I bet you have a Goober hat at home. You know, like Goober used to wear them.
No, but I got a Floyd the Barber hat at home.
Why am I not surprised?
Brooklyn Brawler could use some new ring attire, but right now he's got the advantage front face lock firmly applied to Bob Backlund.
Well, the Brawler is not going to beat Backlund wrestling. That's obvious. If you know anything about Bob Backlund, WWF champion for almost 6 years.
Former amateur champion in college as well.
Yeah, but that don't mean nothing. It's amateur. You don't make a dime with that.
Well, Backlund has picked up the Brawler, showing you just exactly what we were referring to. He's got deceiving strength. Oh! Open hand. Slapped the Brawler, then elevates him in the back body drop. And Bob Backlund,
riding the mechanical bull.
And he bridges back, has the legs neutralized, and it's over.
I used to use that when I wrestled.
Really?
He picked up another thing from me.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ludwig Borg is still to come right after this.
Backlund, take a hike.
I think she was chewing her nails because that man makes you a little bit anxious. Ludwig Borga, the Helsinki wrecking machine, the man that literally, ladies and gentlemen, is on a collision course with Lex Luger. And look out, he'll assault you. Mike Moraldo here, and Moraldo is maybe, doesn't that just chill you to the bone? Those thunderous right hands to the body.
He can punch in the stomach, and you can see his knuckles in your back.
And listen to the crowd here chanting, USA, USA. They totally hate this man. I know that's an awfully strong word to use.
But they do.
Well, look at the power of this guy. With one hand. This is just unbelievable power from Ludwig Borga.
Like you said, he's on a collision course with Luger or any American.
Well, he was physical in the Survivor Series, to say the least, was Ludwig Borga when the All-Americans had their all-out war with the foreign fanatics. And that tremendous force from that huge forearm right across the mid-back area of Mike Moraldo here. I'll tell you something, Lex Luger is a heck of a man. But not even Lex Luger, ladies and gentlemen, can withstand the impact of a blow like that.
Well, Luger's a human being. He has blood in his veins. He has flesh and bones. He can be hurt like anybody else.
those chants of USA.
I never understood that about the humanoid. The more they do that, the more he's going to take it out on this ham and egger.
Borga's got him up. Another high-impact move coming up, no doubt about it. Look at the raw power. And Borga drives him to the canvas.
Didn't just drop with him, picked him up and drove him in. That's impressive. That's a competitor.
He had to knock all the air out of Mike Moraldo, who's got to be gasping for air right now. And if that wasn't bad enough, now, I thought he was going to take him over in a suplex, but he's going to make it even worse. Oh!
Where's he going?
Look at the strength of this.
Where is he going?
I don't think he can get him up. Right there, he did. Right there for the first row. Borga dropping back with Moraldo.
Well, it's not because he's not strong enough, but you know that tape on the rope and those shoes he has.
That's what he did to Tatanka.
One finger.
Well, Tatanka will be back someday, Brain.
That's one mean man.
Fans, I'll be back with Face to Face.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Face to Face. Back with more action in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. Let me remind you of the exciting World Wrestling Federation Tour of the United Kingdom. It starts this...
The charismatic young 1, 2, 3 kid. 1, 2, 3 kid to take on the veteran Iron Mike Sharp. And still to come, IRS in the program. Also, Bastion Booger goes one-on-one with Rick the Model Martel. A lot more action still to come in the hour.
What do you think of this 1, 2, 3 kid, Ross?
I like this young man, and boy, was he excited about competing at his first Survivor Series this past week. But he's got a tall order ahead of him here, Brain.
Oh, big tall order. Mike has one trouble, though.
Winning. What is it?
That is it, too. He's got two problems then. One is he concentrates too much on yelling at the people and just, he gets to such a high energy level, I think he passes his feet.
Listen to the fans here.
This amazes me.
Getting solidly behind this young man.
It really amazes me, Ross. I think people can count that high.
Look at this matching shirt. Well, kid's got to go to another path of offense here because he's got to take Big Iron Mike Sharp off his feet some way. Use his speed, quickness, and the martial arts. Whoa! What a spinning roundhouse kick and an arm drag taking down Big Iron Mike Sharp. The kid's got to go his way right now, just like we thought. Drop kick back into the ropes, and Iron Mike is all tied up.
Let's see if the kid knows what to do here.
Well, that was a good veteran move by Iron Mike Sharp. He got caught in the predicament in the ropes, but he wouldn't allow the kid to capitalize on it.
And who knows what went through the kid's mind there. He probably wanted to fly through the air about 30 feet and dive bomb right into his navel.
Iron Mike now taking, whoop. Kid puts on the brakes.
I'll tell you, since this kid's been here in the WWF, he's showing me like he's really becoming aggressive.
Well, he's got upset victories over men like IRS and Razor Ramon, but man, he can't win here today doing that sort of high-risk offense that certainly did not pay off. Iron Mike has slowed it back down, and now he's hammering the young man. Kid's got to hit something quick here. Oh, good grief! What a roundhouse. The second one that has caught Iron Mike Sharp. The kid going up top. Is he going to try? Yes. The moonsault right into the crossbody with a left hook. And the 1, 2, 3 kid has defeated the veteran Iron Mike Sharp.
I heard the kid telling some of the other wrestlers he has to leave here right now. He has to get to the mall so he can tell Spanner what he wants to do.
Let's go to Double J. More WWF action. I tell you, Double J seems to be a little bit overbearing to me, Brain.
Well, you got to lean on people sometimes. You got to be pushy on those hicks. You should know that.
Well, I've never been pushy in my entire life. Dan Dubiel introduced to this capacity crowd, and the man that says he will be the next Intercontinental Champion, IRS, making his way to the ring, and he's got that microphone again. I guess we're going to get some unwanted tax advice.
According to my sources, the state of Pennsylvania has more taxes per square foot than any other city in the Northeast.
He should know. He does research on this stuff.
You believe everything he tells you?
Everything. He does my taxes.
I've heard about that, and again, I think you should be able to spell the word, what is
refund?
It? No, I think it's called audit. There's that controversial steel briefcase of IRS, and as we mentioned, IRS certainly thinks he will be the next Intercontinental Champion, and when you think of Intercontinental Champions, good fireman carry takeover, you think about Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon will go one-on-one with Diesel.
Well, there's nothing Diesel would like more than to bring the title back to the undisputed Intercontinental Champion Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, but this Monday night it's a non-title matchup.
Well, it tells you how tough Razor Ramon is, doesn't it? How much guts this man has. Wouldn't put the belt on the line. Never saw Shawn Michaels refuse, but he was never beaten Michaels. He was stripped.
Well, that's the promoter's prerogative to sanction a title match or not. Razor Ramon has nothing to do with that. Oh, IRS catching DeBio there with the elbow. You won't see IRS make too many mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. Very calculating and extremely sound fundamentally inside the ring there.
And he has a mean streak. That always helps.
And DeVille got a pity predicament in IRS. And IRS now perhaps got lulled into a little false sense of security. I don't know. Still to come, we're going to have our colleague Ray Rougeau talk to Doink. And we heard on Mania with our good pal Todd Pettengill that President Jack Tunney has ruled that there will be only one Doink. That's it. No more multiple Doinks.
I disagree with that ruling. There should be no Doinks, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I'm sure you can pass that along to President Jack Tunney, and he can, as he tells me every now and then, I'll take it under advisement, which is a good way to tell you to scram.
Or I'll put it in the computer.
Man. Yeah, the computer says that IRS has won another one here very, very convincingly, and he may be right. He may be the next Intercontinental Champion with his wrestling ability. Coming up, our colleague Ray Rougeau. Oh, yeah.
Well, bad breath is better than no breath at all.
Get the women and children to high ground. The hump's growing. Ooh.
Are you sure that's not you?
I'm positive it isn't me.
I guess you'd know.
Probably one of the first to know. Bastion Booger. Fresh off his, well, that's not a good term. Yeah, lady, he is. He's a little repulsive. Bastion Booger at his first Survivor Series just days ago.
He loves to do nasty things.
I heard he ate a whole turkey for Thanksgiving.
Bones and all.
Yep.
And never cooked it. This is going to be interesting. You know how meticulous Rick Martel is. What a class gentleman this is. That smell of arrogance. Wait till he sees who his opponent is.
He takes 4 or 5 showers a day, I hear.
You think Booger's had 4 or 5 showers a year?
That would be close, I would think. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this one is going to be quite a contrast in styles.
What's he doing now?
Well, this is like the odd couple. That's Felix. No,
this is the Beauty and the Beast.
Felix and Oscar type thing. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, that would work. Well, if Martel can keep a stiff upper lip literally here, I don't know if he's going to be able to lock up with Bastion. Bastion may still have some cranberry sauce. I think I see it in that goatee from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but from what year?
Well, I would hope it would be from '93, but
you don't know.
You got a point there.
Something could fly out of that beard.
Well, Martel is almost gagging here.
Now, does Booger get like that to use as an offensive weapon, or is he just Bastion Booger?
Do I look like an authority on Booger?
Excuse me for asking.
I don't know.
Oh, you're awful snotty.
Well, my eyes are watering. I can barely see the ring. Bastion Booger, the thumb to the throat there. I saw that.
The square thing in the middle of the building.
And then a thumb to the eye. Those dingy old tights just getting worse and worse every week here.
Knowing Martel, I wouldn't even want to touch Bastion Booger.
Well, I had Bastion Booger on Radio WWF. Fans listen to Radio WWF on Saturday nights in the USA. He was quite a guest and very outspoken. And Martel got him up and over. Good move by Martel. Martel quickening the pace here, going for the drop kick. Doesn't give Bastion time to get his, to get his balance, I was going to say.
Oh, no.
He gets all that tissue moving in one direction. We could have a landslide or a manslide or something.
Or a mudslide.
Boy, he needs to be run right through the car wash.
Hit the hot wax twice.
I'd put 6 or 8 quarters in on that one. Leg drop right across Martel. This should be all, ladies and gentlemen. Huge lateral press.
He got out.
Martel kicked right out of it after the 1 count, and it took a lot out of Martel to kick out of that one.
Well, you gotta give Martel a lot of credit. This match has been going, what, 2 or 3, 4 minutes now? It's hard to wrestle that long and hold your breath.
I can't see my watch. Booger misses the big splash. I'd like to take him to Westville and put him on the feed scales down to co-op, finding how much he really weighs.
What's a feed scale co-op, Westville?
My hometown, the feed store, they got feed scales.
You go to the store and they feed you?
No, you buy feed for your livestock. I'll tell you later.
Where do you live?
In Oklahoma. What's wrong with that?
Didn't know you were an alien.
Irish whip reversed, and Booger just squashed Martel vertical there in the corner. Caught him now with a clothesline.
Uh-oh, trip to the back cave.
Boy, this is I'm not describing this. Martel in the rope. Martel was in the ropes. Booger had him beaten there.
Uh-oh, talk about hurling.
I don't think Martel's going to make it.
Get on your raincoat. You're going to think you're at a Gallagher show.
Martel needs a soda cracker or something.
Hell, man, Tony, I don't feel that well either, pal.
You don't look good either. Bobby, you look... Martel's got the arrogance to spray.
It might be like mixing oil and water.
And he sprays it all over Bastion Booger. He wants to defumigate this man. And
he don't care.
What's the official decision? Oh, my, that won't work.
He doesn't care.
He's trying to disinfect the Booger.
The winner of this match is the result of a disqualification, Bastion Booger.
From that little used rule, the spraying rule. He's disqualified for what? For bringing the sprayer in the ring? Booger wins it by disqualification and we'll be back. Hello, partner. Like one of those hats for Christmas spring?
For what? I have a lid on my garbage can.
There's Billy. There's the young man right there. And old Bart in there. Smoking Guns, they're looking for their chance to wrestle the Quebecers with WWF Tag Title. Reno Riggins and Todd Mata to challenge the Smoking Guns. That's what was going on there. The guns were smoking. Those, of course, are not loaded with live ammunition, we should add. But who would think that, Ray?
Not me. Guns aren't good things to have in your possession, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it will be Reno Riggins and Billy Gunn starting it out here. The Smoking Guns with a great winning percentage here in the WWF. I think they deserve their opportunity to wrestle the WWF Tag Champions. Oh, the Quebecers and Reno Riggins really hauled off and slapped Billy Gunn, and then he tagged his partner, Todd Mata. Todd Mata looking at, hey, wait a minute. Why make him mad for me?
You know, doesn't smell a whole lot different here with the Smoking Guns as it did Bastion Booger. Just smells a little more outdoorsy.
Outdoorsy?
Yeah, like corral.
Nice drop kick there.
Like meadow muffin.
I'm going to take you to the... We got to go to Oklahoma sometime.
Why?
Me and you, I don't just spend a couple, 3 days.
Just take me to
Get to know my buddies and
Alcatraz, huh?
ride around in the truck.
I don't ride in trucks.
Tell stories. Play some dominoes. Nice move there. And Reno Riggins brought back in rather gingerly by Billy Gunn, and who makes the tag to his brother Bart. Double team offense, far side, and Reno, this is not going to be too pleasant. Double Russian leg sweep by the Smoking Gun.
And maybe we could all sit around back and maybe look at some magazines like Flea Market Females or
No.
Waffle House women, huh?
No, a few outdoor magazines, hunting magazines, that type of thing. Look at that great move there.
Why would you want to go and hunt for food when you go to a restaurant and be served?
Well, it's the sport of it, and
It is, trying to beat the waiter on the check.
Irish whip coming up center of the ropes. And a power slam. Nicely done by Billy Gunn. You know, one thing's for sure, before the Smoking Guns can get their hands on the Quebecers, they're going to have to contend with the head shrinkers. And that's no easy task.
Goodbye, Smoking Guns.
Oh, Riggins in a very precarious position here as Billy and Bart make another tag. Well, they've got great teamwork.
This don't look good.
Oh! Right down goes Reno Riggins. Both his legs are hooked, and the Smoking Guns continue their winning ways here. Well, I'll tell you, the head shrinkers are the Quebecers. Better beware of this combination. Fans, we're going to have another face-to-face for you in a few moments. Week, because we've got a big broadcast, don't we, Brain?
We've got the bad guy, the imposter, the Intercontinental Champion, Razor Ramon.
Plus the WWF Tag Team Champions, along with Brain's pal Johnny Polo, the Quebecers.
And someone that's looking for Razor Ramon, the big 18-wheeler, Diesel.
Plus a very special interview with a man that wants to end Randy Savage's career. We will hear from Crush. It's going to be a great program, everyone. For Bobby the Brain Heenan, I'm Jim Ross saying happy trails, everybody. Happy what?
This contest is scheduled for one fall. And here's a man, ladies and gentlemen, who does not necessarily believe in the Christmas spirit for sure. Take a look, if you would, at Ludwig Borga. He is a monster, isn't he, Stan?
This man seems to have no appreciation for any kind of American athlete.
Look out, here he goes, and going right to work on his opposition, John Paul. As you were saying.
I just wanted to say this. He has no appreciation of any American athlete. He feels he is far superior to anything we have to offer.
And he may be. Who knows? Then again, there are those who state that his superiority, as we're seeing right now with John Paul, will be put to the test when he gets into the ring with the American original Lex Luger. Take a look. This man means business. Big, nasty, strong. Ludwig Borga. And a young man who unquestionably can intimidate an opponent with ease. Ludwig, let John Paul think about it. Pulls him up there, and what's going to happen?
I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. He's allowing all the blood to drain down to the head area, so when he hits, he'll receive the maximum concussion.
That's exactly what happened. What an impact there. Ludwig Borga, ladies and gentlemen. You can bet looking on watching this matchup is the Native American Tatanka, who will return to action right here next week. And many of you will recall what happened. It was one-on-one Ludwig Borga against Tatanka, and for the record book, it states that Tatanka received his first and only defeat at the hands of Ludwig Borga. Look out! Borga missing! John Paul out of the way. Paul with a drop kick, and Ludwig Borga's rocked to bit. John Paul charging. A clothesline. Paul now coming off the rope from the side now. Paul is all over the big inside of one knee. John Paul's on the outside. John Paul's going to go up. High risk maneuver. John Paul up with the top rope. Ludwig Borga stumbles a bit in. Oh, no. Catches Paul in midair.
Drove him hard to the mat.
Indeed he did. And as we were saying before, it was that man Ludwig Borga along with Yokozuna who put Tatanka out of action for a while. Tatanka unable to make the Survivor Series.
He focused all his energy on first the Native American, and now he's going after the All-American, Lex Luger.
Yes, he is. Look at this. John Paul is up. John Paul across the back. A big, nasty Ludwig Borga. Look at the look on the face of Ludwig Borga. There's a man who likes his work, huh? He may not like it when he gets in there with Lex Luger. And he had a little taste of what's likely to come at the Survivor Series not long ago. Nonetheless, chalk up another victory for Ludwig Borga. And yes, Lex Luger will be counting down the days, the stars and the stripes, until he can get to the ring with Mr. Borga. All right, stand by. Let's take you to the update.
The family against me. Well, I'm sick and tired of carrying the load of this family and never getting any recognition. It's always you, Brett. Well, I'm not carrying the load anymore. I carried the load at the Survivor Series. I had 2 down, and I was going for number 3. When you, Brett, poor Brett, he fell off the ring apron, and the whole family, they flocked to you, Brett, and they left me all alone. Well, I got pinned, and I got eliminated. I was out of the Survivor Series. And then you have a victory celebration after you won that Survivor Series match, and you left me all alone. You didn't care to think about inviting me back. Well, that's okay. I know where I stand with the family. Obviously, you don't care about me. But you, Brett, you've been a problem for a long time for me. And you stay out of my way because I'm looking out for number 1.
Oh, and this is your brother Brett talking, and we gotta talk. You gotta put this behind you. I know you got a bad temper. You're upset because you got the, you were the only one that lost in this thing. That is not important. Think about it. The whole family, we worked great in there as a family, and everyone's proud of each other, and we're especially proud of you. You did great. And you can't let this thing get to you like that. I know you got a bad temper, but you got to put this thing behind you. The rest of the family's all up in arms about this thing. Owen, listen to me. This is your brother. I'm going to ask you one thing. You sit down with me, Mom, Dad, and we're going to settle this thing, get it all worked out. Everything's got to be fine. This is family.
With Stan Lane, and Stan, your reaction to the Owen Hart, Bret Hart problem.
Well, as you know, there's always a favorite, and there's always someone in a family like that who feels like maybe they're just not getting enough attention, or they just aren't up to par. Maybe their allowance isn't as big, and I think maybe it's built up to this, and it's going to finally come to a head, perhaps.
And you wonder which of the two was the black sheep of the family, so to speak. And, you think back to the Smothers brothers, and, one of them always claiming, oh, Mom always liked you best. I wonder if it goes all the way back to roots like that. I mean, who knows?
It may have been Mom, or it may well have been Stu.
That's right. Stu and Helen Hart, ladies and gentlemen. You can bet they are really upset because at the Survivor Series, the whole Hart family down around ringside, and it was supposed to be a family get-together, and the family squabble was supposed to be against another family. It wasn't supposed to be a family feud developing within a family, and unfortunately, that is exactly what has happened with Owen Hart and the Hitman Bret Hart, former WWF champion. The Hitman, former Intercontinental champion, I believe, on 2 occasions. Bret Hart, former tag team champion, I believe, on 2 occasions. So he has unquestionably achieved many accomplishments. Nice spit up there by Bobby Backlund. Speaking of champions, Bob Backlund himself, former WWF champion.
Iron Mike Sharp certainly no stranger to the squared circle in the professional wrestling wars.
Oh, no, this man is a veteran. Wait a minute. And Iron Mike Sharp will talk to his opponent. I mean, he'll do everything possible to win a match. He likes to have a conversation right in the middle of the match.
He's also shown off a pretty well-defined right bicep, too, if I might add.
And, again, a bit of a test of strength here. And don't let the book fool you as far as the cover is concerned here, ladies and gentlemen. Bob Backlund, one of the stronger individuals in the WWF. Look at that maneuver. Right back up. Top wrist lock, however, Iron Mike sends Backlund to the ropes coming off. Missing with a roundhouse, Iron Mike Sharp, he goes downstairs. Backlund, has a seat. Look at this. Backlund, and he gets the cover in the count. Bob Backlund, one of the more unorthodox individuals ever in the WWF. Former World Wrestling Federation champion. And speaking of WWF champions, let's take you back to the Survivor Series. Are seeing action. A bit of double team action here, and oh no! That poor young man was almost hung up on the ring light.
That's the best way I know of to make your nose flatter than a pancake.
Are you making reference to the nose on Samu or Fatu?
Not a chance.
I see. The Head Shrinkers. They are managed well by Alpha himself, former WWF Tag Team Champion, along with his brother Sika. As we are told now, wrestling very comfortably over in, I believe, back in Samoa.
Did you hear the impact of that slap?
Yes, indeed.
Had to take skin off.
Smack of the flash into the buckle. Coming out now. Nice maneuver by Samu. And Hatfield is unquestionably having his problems. Greg Hatfield in there against, oh, look at both Head Shrinkers. Oh, my goodness. They're just pummeling poor old Hatfield. Oh, come on, ref, get in there now. Come on. This is absurd.
I I bet Hatfield had it a lot easier back when he had the big feud with the McCoys than this.
Yeah, I suppose so. In fact, he's related. Look, oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of relations, you have to wonder whether or not Greg Hatfield is related to Dr. Squat, Fred Hatfield. Oh, my! And look at that. Clothesline. Samu and Fatu are unquestionably one of the toughest tag teams in the history of the World Wrestling Federation. And they will bend every rule. They will break every rule that you allow them to do. Look at this. Hatfield's already out. He's unconscious, I believe.
Do these men even speak English? You ever talk to them?
No, I don't believe I've had the pleasure of even saying hello to Samu or Fatu. Look at this from the top now. Fatu down across the carcass of Hatfield. And you can bet this one's history. Oh, my. A force to reckon with, the Head Shrinkers, managed by Appa. And there's a good-looking Appa and his friend dangling from his neck. All right, stand by. Stan, let's take you back now to a replay and let's listen. Is it again? Well, it is something else. Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers. When they can't get enough competition, they'll beat on each other. Let's take you now to face-to-face.
World Wrestling Federation ring announcer, Chris Walsh.
Look at the Lex Luger shirt he's wearing. He's proud of that. There's Mom, no doubt.
From Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 280 pounds, there is the 1, 2, 3 kid.
Very good.
Very good. I don't believe he's going to introduce the opponent. Yes, he is. Very good. How about a hand for Chris Walsh? Yes, sir. Lex Luger fan. Chris will no doubt enjoy this coming matchup with the kid.
Nice young man. And speaking of young, the 1, 2, 3 kid certainly has youth on his side.
Yes, he does. And very determined young athlete. Many of you saw, by the way, the 1, 2, 3 kid actually come to the rescue, so to speak, last Monday night of Razor Ramon. And Razor Ramon was in quite a bit of trouble, I guess it's pretty safe to say, as a result of the matchup with Diesel and the interference of one Shawn Michaels here. Nice exchange between Glenn Ruth and the 1, 2, 3 kid. That would bring us, by the way, Stan, to this Monday night. What's going to happen when Shawn Michaels meets the 1, 2, 3 kid? What can we expect?
You know, all I can say is this. They're both young. They're both in tip-top shape. Of course, Shawn Michaels more experienced. Shawn Michaels a little bigger, a little stronger. But in the WWF, anything can happen on any given night.
And likely to happen this Monday night. Shawn Michaels very upset with the 1, 2, 3 kid who was helping out his friend, Razor Ramon, last Monday. Glenn Ruth now, the 1, 2, 3 kid. And Ruth, unquestionably the larger of the two, has that bit of advantage. And Ruth no slouch in the experience department either. Ruth for the ride coming off and over. The kid coming right back at him. Collision now underneath. Glenn Ruth with a drop kick. Nicely done. One thing about the kid, I have never, just when you think he's completely knocked out of action, he always comes back. I have never seen him give up.
The man has tremendous flexibility also. I've seen him put in all kind of holes, and he just seems to bend in ways that aren't humanly possible.
That's very true. Very, very flexible. And Glenn Ruth now, again for the ride, coming back off, shoulder block, and the kid goes down. Right back around, another sleep frog, back off, and oh, my! That's the way you can get a big man down. And if that happens to Shawn Michaels, he's going down just like Ruth.
Spinning back kick right to the bridge of the nose.
And Ruth for the ride to the buckle. Here comes the kid, head of steam. A drop kick in the buckle. No place to go. High impact maneuver there. Uh-oh. Here he goes. A high risk maneuver. And that's what the kid does best, perhaps. Flying body press. 1, 2. He gets the pin. Quite a victory for this young man, who no doubt will be the underdog this Monday night on Monday Night Raw. Is the 1, 2, 3 kid who will have all the support from fans all over the world. Will meet Shawn Michaels. We'll be back in a moment.
Howdy, folks. Old Double J here again today. And J-E, double F.
J-A-R-R-E-T-T. That's Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Double J, you suck.
Oh, you know, Steph, it just makes me sick how them people down at Buddy Lee treated me.
Tell 'em, Double J.
Tried to run me out of there. Showed me no respect at all. I guarantee you one thing, that's never going to happen again.
That's right.
If Buddy knew about it, I guarantee I'd have all their jobs. They'd never work in Music
Double J.
City again.
That's right.
Oh, Music City. Why do they call it Music City? They ought to call it T-shirt City or Souvenir City. Well, look what this place has turned into. Hall of Fame, legends of Hall of Fame. The only legend in this town is Double J.
Tell 'em, Double J.
Look at
Tell 'em.
this over here. Pretty good there, sir. Excuse me. Pretty good there. Where you from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. What's your name?
Waldo, the country side.
Waldo, the country sack. Bet you've never had a break here in this town, have you?
Not a one.
Yeah, old Double J hadn't either. And I'm the greatest singer that ever lived.
Tell 'em, Double J.
I'm the greatest musician that ever lived. Oh, you're pretty good on that sax there. Oh, but not as good as old Double J.
Tell 'em, Double J.
That's right. Now, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to get my break, how I'm going to rise to the top. Because I'm going to use the WWF. And when I'm done using all the WWF, they're going to rename it the Double JF. Then I'm going to come back here, Waldo, and I'm not going to be playing on some street corner for $1. I'm going to be at the tip top. And Waldo, I'll let you come and set in with the Double J band and play a set or two. Hey, Steph, give him $1.
Yeah, you something else, Double
Give
J.
him $1. Hey, Waldo, don't forget where that dollar came from. Because it came from old Double J. That's J-E. Double F. J-A-R-R-E-T-T. Double J. Yep, sure.
Wait for Double J to arrive here in the World Wrestling Federation to see if he can back up that big mouth of his. Not only a great singer, great dancer, great wrestler, but he's very generous. Yeah, yes. Can you imagine giving that poor young man a $1? Waldo, the country sack, he actually gave him $1. My goodness.
Look at the size of this man.
Yeah, he is something else. Diesel is awesome, and I would suspect that Tony Conway from Buddy Lee's office would like to have Diesel hanging around just to attempt to throw old Double J out of his office. But the looks of things last week, Conway didn't have too many problems doing it himself. According to Double J, Buddy Lee Attractions will rue today that they did not accept him and sign him on the dotted line on the spot. Who knows?
Man who gets less respect than Rodney Dangerfield.
And look at this. Knee to the midsection there, and Diesel is all over his opposition. Taniak having his problems. Just as Razor Ramon had his problems against Diesel last Monday night. Oh, my, look at this. Taniak hammering away on the big man. Taniak coming out to roast it. Leapfrog by Diesel. Diesel turning around, and oh, my! Huge boot. And that could very well spell defeat for Taniak.
You know what?
Elbow. Ooh. Vicious individual Diesel is.
With the independent truckers threatening to strike, this guy, this 18-wheeler keeps rolling along.
Oh, yeah, no question. And again, the setup of last week with Diesel against Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels involving himself, thank goodness, for the 1-2-3 kid. And who knows what's going to happen this coming Monday night when Shawn Michaels meets the 1-2-3 kid. The right hand reared back there by Diesel, and if he hits you with it, he'll level you. And he decided here to do the old sidewalk suplex to the count. This is history. Not surprisingly, Diesel, an awesome athlete. If he only had the right temperament to go with his athleticism. All right, with the holiday season upon us, let's all heed the words of the Undertaker.
Golden Rocket, look at him.
That's for sure. And if anyone can bring him up, it's Batman. Oscar, yes, sir.
And Vince, I see your toe tapped, and you look mighty sharp in that red hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, indeed, we're all getting into Christmas spirit. We're all getting kind of loose here. Mabel stepping out of the way, and Steve Smith on the charge there. Mabel and Smith down to the canvas. Look at the size of things. Oh, my goodness! Ha-ha! Mabel and Mo, along with Oscar, men on a mission this week against Steve Smith and Gus Cantaraka.
It amazes me, men of this size possessing this much agility.
Yeah. And many say men on a mission haven't even come close yet to reaching their full potential here in the WWF. Who knows? Maybe they will be championship bound one day. Smith now, double team. Yes, drop kick. Smith will be feeling that effect for some time to come. All right, who's the legal man here? I guess it's Mo. Mo now with Smith. Oh, look at that shot, I believe, in the kisser. Right across the back of the neck. And here comes old Gus, Cantaraka, something like that. How do you pronounce his name? Cantaraka. Very nice. Nicely done. Nice move there by Mo. Mo all over the Greek wrestling star. How's that? Cantarakis, is that it?
Well, I know what he'll be asking Santa Claus for Christmas. A whole bag of Ben Gage.
Bag is made. Look out. This could be bad news for Cantarakis. Goodness. It's a good thing August didn't see that one coming. He would have had a heart attack before the impact. Look at this. Mabel actually, look at the look on the face of old Gus. He's having problems. And the do-si-do, look out! Here comes the break freeze! Yes! And again!
And right there's your Christmas stuffing.
Yes. And Mabel having some fun in there. Mabel with the clothesline. And Cantarakis is just about done. Watch this now. From there! Forget it. Yeah. There it is. All right.
There it goes.
That's right.
Bring him up, Oscar. And this capacity crowd all the way behind. Mabel, Mo, Oscar, men on a mission. What is this? Apparently, we're told that Rio Rogers has returned. Rio Rogers, apparently we're going to have a Rogers roundup, whatever that is. Right now, here's a word, tell him, Oscar, about the Royal Rumble.
On January 22nd, get ready to rumble. 30 WWF superstar wrestlers bang heads in the over-the-top rope Royal Rumble. Every 2 minutes, another bursts onto the scene. Victory here is determined by strength, stamina, and the luck of the draw. The WWF Royal Rumble, live in your living room.
What in the world is this?
Sounds like the OK Corral.
And this week, right here, I want to bring to you a man.
Yeah, the young man has the right idea, and I would suspect that Mr. Rio Rogers didn't speak like this prior to the accident.
The undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
Razor Ramon.
None other. Now, please welcome, y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Please welcome, if you will, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Well, my goodness, did he say undisputed Intercontinental Champion? I'm sure there are many who would dispute the fact that Mr. Michaels is no longer Intercontinental Champion. Razor Ramon holding that distinction. Shawn, nonetheless, you saw him in action last Monday night in the corner of Diesel. Shawn Michaels this Monday night, as we outlined earlier on, takes on the 1-2-3 Kid in single competition.
Rio Rogers, obviously a little, couple of dogies short of a crowd, but a very prestigious guest.
You here, hot baby, and welcome back to the WWL.
Well, Rio, you, like everybody else, I'm sure, are grateful that the World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Champion is back in town.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Jack Tunney suspended me and stripped me of the Intercontinental title for not making what they call contractual obligations. First off, the Heartbreak Kid answers to no man.
My goodness.
The Heartbreak Kid follows no rules.
Who does he think he is?
Shawn Michaels comes and goes as he pleases. And if I feel like going out on my boat on my lake in Texas instead of defending my title in Madison Square Garden, I'm gonna do it.
But I gotta tell you something. Right now, here in the WWF, there is an imposter. An imposter among us that says he is the champion.
You know, I've heard about that. You know, this concerns me. It concerns me because we got some guy who looks like he combed his hair with a pork chop, lived his whole life in the gutter, and now mystically, out of thin air, he straps a gold belt around his waist and has the nerve to call himself the Intercontinental Champion. And I'm afraid that this may cause an epidemic. I mean, any Joe or Jose walking the street could walk out and get himself a gold belt and call himself the Intercontinental Champion. Well, I'm going to say this nice and slow so everyone can understand, especially you, Chico. There is only one undisputed World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Champion, and it is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. But yes, there he is. There is the bad guy. There is Razor Ramon, the man who defeated so many others in the Battle Royal, then on to defeat Martel one-on-one, and became the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. Obviously taking exception to the remarks of Shawn Michaels.
Boy toy. I've been hearing you tell the whole world that you are the undisputed Intercontinental Champ. Wrong. If it's up to the bad guy, I take the gold the easy way. I beat you 1, 2, 3. But no, just like my whole life, I gotta do it the hard way, man. I gotta go through 19 of the best, fighting my way from the bottom to the very, very top. And Chico, I like it here. So say hello to the real Intercontinental Champ.
There is no question. Razor, I believe, is intimidating Shawn Michaels. Oh, look at that! Razor with a toothpick.
Great kid. Sorry.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at that. Rio Rogers gets a taste of the toothpick, and we'll be back with another former Intercontinental Champion. We'll be back with Marty Jannetty. Stay with us. And by the way, Dan, what did you make of that last exchange between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon?
The holiday season rapidly approaching. Christmas is a time of giving, and I'll tell you what, Vince, those two guys are ready to give it to each other.
I suppose you're right. Everyone looking forward, by the way, to the World's Women's Championship. The tournament is underway in Memphis, Tennessee. It started last Monday, ladies and gentlemen. We'll continue all the way through for 3 weeks until we have, unquestionably, a World's Women's Champion here in the WWF. I'm excited about that. And look who's going for the ride. Reno coming off the rope. Leapfrog by Marty Jannetty. Jannetty trying to set him up. Nicely done. Marty Jannetty with perfect timing. Nice drop toe there. Look at that maneuver by Reno. Into the escape and right into the hammerlock.
This should be an excellent match. Both of these men approximately the same size. I believe Marty may have a slight edge in the poundage, but both of them in tip-top condition, and I'm looking forward to a very scientific match here.
Back to the standing position, and Reno looking for the rope. Oh, look at that elbow. Riding a little high there, Marty Jannetty. Uh-oh.
Well, not too scientific so far.
I guess not. Oh, my goodness. Reno pouring it on now. Good fist. Come on, Ralph. These tippers are beginning to flare in there.
Reno having his hair permed since the last time I saw him, and apparently that all the chemicals have caused a slight mood change.
I guess so. Wrapped up now, Marty Jannetty. Look at this. Reno down to the canvas. Marty Jannetty. Is he going? Yes, he's going out to the outside. Jannetty take her place clear. On the top rope now, Marty Jannetty. And Reno suffering the consequences of the last maneuver. With the right hand. And is not going to do it. The cover. And yes, how about that? So Marty Jannetty making short work of Reno Riggins in a surprising short matchup here. Standing by, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one like this guy. Making reference to Jim Nichols. But who smirks?
Making his way to the ring from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 287 pounds.
The bad guy.
He is the bad guy, no doubt about it, Fred. Bobby. Ricky Ricardo. Show some respect to the reigning Intercontinental Champion. Here's a guy that survived the Big Battle Royal. Here's a guy that survived 19 of the toughest the WWF has to offer. He earned the right to be called the Intercontinental Champion.
Okay, that's fine. But the title should have never been taken away from Shawn Michaels. If he's the real Intercontinental Champion, why is he wrestling this ham and egger? Why is he wrestling Shawn Michaels? Does he know Shawn Michaels had beat him?
Well, after Shawn Michaels and Diesel doubled up on Razor Ramon this past Monday, thanks to the 1-2-3 kid who interceded there, and apparently Shawn Michaels is really ready to teach the 1-2-3 kid a lesson this Monday night on Raw.
What a great match that'll be. You know what scares me about that? You know how dangerous Monday Night Raw is. Anything can happen. What happens if the kid would knock off Shawn Michaels? Shawn Michaels would probably never get a title shot.
Well, that certainly could happen. The kid has had some great success on Monday Night Raw.
Dumb luck.
Overhand wrist lock into the hammerlock by the 6'7", 287-pounder from Miami. And that'll get Corey Student's attention there. Collar and elbow tie-up. And Student was not a very good student. He may have to stay after school break. Oh, man. Razor Ramon, after what happened this past Monday night on Raw, is particularly aggressive here this week.
Obviously, Mr. Student didn't learn anything. Should have ran home.
Well, Shawn Michaels is a great athlete. There's no doubt about it, but because he did not defend his Intercontinental Championship as scheduled, Jack Tunney had nothing else he could do. His hands were tied. He had to strip him of the title.
Well, you don't know how these jerks jerk them around here and there with money and this and that and the matches and contracts. He had a right to go on strike.
Well, I haven't heard all those assorted details. And here comes the razor's edge, it would seem. And I don't care who you are, ladies and gentlemen, including Shawn Michaels, including an IRS, or any other person that has designs on the Intercontinental Championship, you can't sustain that maneuver. It is awesome, and so is Razor Ramon.
Here is your winner, the Intercontinental Champion, Razor Ramon.
Where's little Ricky, I wonder?
Will you stop a little? What do you want him to be playing? Babalu or something?
Yeah, I can see him with a conga drum and his shirt tied and knot in the middle. Yeah, I can see that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have a special face-to-face for you momentarily.
That's you. That is you, Razor Ramon. You're the champion, right? Let's see how tough you are. Give it to Shawn Michaels. One time.
Sound advice from the American original Lex Luger.
in the ring at a combined weight of
Well, we're about ready for tag team action here, Brain. Ladies and gentlemen, still to come, Virgil will be with us. Also, Diesel is here. Men on a mission in tag team action. Our colleague Ray Rougeau will talk to Crush, Marty Jannetty, Adam Bond, and the WWF Tag Champion. Well, Pierre is back from his minor concussion. Look at your pal Polo. Jean-Claude Polo, I guess, this week.
Well, he's on his way to ski, it looks like. Or he just got back from skiing. You know, the man does it all.
That young man has got it all right. Not too happy about the Quebecers. I got a feeling that little guy is probably a Steiner Brothers fan.
Why, is he lost?
No, he just looks to be pretty intelligent.
The last time he looked at a 10-year-old child, you can tell if he was bright or not.
Look at their eyes and tell a lot about a youngster, Bobby. The Quebecers have had a rough few weeks. We saw Lex Luger nail Pierre on Monday Night Raw. Pierre was unable to compete at the Survivor Series. Pierre is now back at 100%, I would assume, anyway.
Well, that was very dangerous, you know. They're the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. And if something would happen to Pierre and he couldn't defend those titles, they'd strip him. And they allow Luger to use that 50 pounds of metal in his elbow.
Oh, double team. Oh, man, they catapulted J.S. Storm. And Storm is indeed in one. Why, I don't like him.
Does he annoy you?
Polo really annoys me, yes. He is very abrasive. More double teaming by the Quebecers. Referee has got to get one of them out of there, Bobby.
Well, I think they should allow the...
Oh, gosh, that hurt.
They should allow the Quebecers a little slack. You know, they're not from our country, so you have to bend over backwards for them. And they are the champions.
Well, I realize they're from Canada, and they should be proud of that. But one thing's for sure, they may not be the champions the next time they meet the Steiner Brothers.
Well, that could very well be. The Steiner Brothers are on a roll, and they'd love to have those titles back.
Well, we've seen a lot of double teaming here by Jacques and Pierre, and J.S. Storm has yet to tag in his partner. Oh, up and over the top.
Can you imagine the force of a 300-pound man coming down on you?
No, I can't, and I don't even want to think about that. Look at the quick, sudden tag.
From about 6-7 feet in the air.
Oh, that's insulting. Boy, Jacques is one abrasive individual.
Does he annoy you?
He really does.
You should get to know him.
I should get to know Jacques?
Yes, and Pierre.
Well, maybe I just haven't taken the time, and I'll try to budget my time a little bit better. Well, this doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Well, that is just anatomically incorrect. The body just can't, it just can't go that way. And the Quebecers kept the man in the ring. There was never a tag made on the other side. The Quebecers have dominated this one.
That is great tag team work. When the other man is never allowed into the ring, and you cut the ring up, and you keep your opponent right there. That is great.
Great continuity by the WWF Tag Team Champions. Will that be that successful when they meet the Steiner Brothers? Fans, we've got that special. Oh, wait a minute.
They're all over yet. You better take off for the hills, Punk.
Let's go to our special report. Gentlemen, you're just trying to, you're a troublemaker is what you are.
Pittsburgh, Florida. Weighing in at
I don't
232
what?
pounds.
Give me an answer.
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Horowitz.
And I don't know if anyone knows the answer.
There's something wrong there. Well, brothers don't have that look in the eye like that.
Well, hopefully they can settle their problems. That's at least be open-minded and positive about the situation. Great ovation here for Virgil as he will take on the talented Barry Horowitz. And there's the bell. I just hope that this doesn't cause any lasting repercussions within the Hart family, especially this close to the holiday season. This is the time for families to come together, not be blown apart. Nice movement there by Virgil. The young man from Pittsburgh is countered by Barry Horowitz. And Horowitz hesitated, and he paid for his hesitation. Good move there by Virgil. This is a quick-paced, offensive-minded contest.
How many brothers and sisters are there in the Hart family?
I think there's 12 children total.
So one's mad, you lose his friendship. So what? It's one less gift you have to buy.
Well, I don't think many folks would look at it like that, Brain. And the holiday season is the most joyous time of the year. You want everybody happy, everybody at home, everybody, you know, exchanging their gifts or just having fellowship with one another. And I think because the holidays are here, that this whole thing will subside any day now. I'm being optimistic here. Nice reversal there by Virgil, but he caught his knee in the turnbuckle.
I don't know. I think there's something more to this than we're seeing here.
I'm anxious
back a long way.
Well, I'm anxious to hear what the fans in the USA that listen on Radio WWF on Saturday nights think about it. Uh-oh. There's a neck breaker. Nice move there by Horowitz. And he drops the leg very snugly across the chest. Lateral press, and he got a one count out of it.
Horowitz knows what he's doing. He's a veteran. He's been around. He's a scrapper, tough, competitive athlete, and so's Virgil.
As we have said, Virgil from the Steel City of Pittsburgh. And Horowitz taking a shortcut here. We're going to see Diesel in this broadcast, a man that, as we know, has had some problems with Razor Ramon. Oh, he caught him with the other foot. And a clothesline.
See, when you outsmart somebody, don't let the people know it. They know it. You got to keep focused on your opponent. Ooh.
The left and a big right by Virgil.
Good wrestling, Virgil.
Virgil drawing on his boxing background. And,
there it is.
Well, that hole has been very effective by several athletes over the years. Maybe Virgil calls that one his $1 million dream. That's what it was referred to at one time here.
Get it awesome. You can hurt a man very seriously with that.
Version of the sleeper. Some have called it the Cobra Clutch. It is very effective. Virgil, the big smile on his face. Victorious here this week.
On January 22nd.
What will be something to behold.
Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 317.
The Royal Rumble, always one of the great events of the entire year.
And his opponent from Mount Holly, New Jersey, weighing in at 260 pounds, Tony Webb.
Is that you?
That was... No, it wasn't me. I have better habits. Boy, he's not smiling, is he? Hey, after what happened this past Monday night on Raw, you got to think with Shawn Michaels being on Raw this Monday night to allegedly teach the kid a lesson, you got to think Diesel's not going to be far behind.
I bet he'll be right there.
Tony Webb trying on the big, almost 7-footer. Certainly weighs in at least 300 pounds. Oh, clothesline. A lot of high-impact stuff. He'll tell you that he's not the most technically sound wrestler in the WWF, but he says emphatically that he is the toughest and the best street fighter in the World Wrestling Federation.
Now, Tony Webb went for the arm. You're not going to beat Diesel by twisting his arm. You're going to have to get him down and fight him.
Diesel shows a lot of agility and intensity there. Diesel is very gifted athletically, it would seem, very coordinated for a man his size. Big knee right to the sternum.
You ever stand next to him? He looks a lot bigger than 6'10", 7 feet tall. He looks like he's around 7'5". He's just huge.
Well, he's a tall drink of water, no doubt about it. And that right hand can just kill you. Big kick right to the face. Must be about a size 16, I would speculate. Uh-oh. The damage has been done.
It's time for a knuckle sandwich. When's the last time you heard that?
Well,
Hold the mayo.
Well, he's changed his mind. Unnecessary. He's got this one won. Big kick right to the face with Tony Webb out of it. And that's the look of intensity, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, that right hand is very, very deadly. That fan not too happy with Diesel. Stepping right over the top rope as we take another look, Brink.
Talk about his right hand. What about his right foot? Oh, right in the shower.
What a shot. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, Mo, Oscar, and Mabel will join us.
That's right. That's right. Submission is in the house.
Brain, guess who's in the house?
Three annoying human beings.
Mo Doink, Oscar Doink, Mabel Doink. Go on, Brain.
I don't
Put your hands in the air.
Why? My armpits are dry.
Don't you care?
No. I put my hands in the air.
There it is. There it was at the Survivor Series. We saw all kinds of doinks. We saw, as we said, well, we had an Oscar doink, and we had a great big Mabel doink. There he is.
I think you're talking about her.
Mo doink. And of course, I know your personal favorites, Luke and Butch doink.
Oh, yeah, they're on my Christmas list.
Oh, yeah! Come on, Brain.
Oh, no!
Boy, nothing like attending a WWF event live. Well, Oscar exciting and hard talk here. This is fun.
Well, you've been rapping for 10 minutes. You want to rap something? Wrap me a gift.
I plan on getting you a very nice Christmas gift. And
Don't bother shopping. Just give me cash. You won't offend me.
boy, Mabel's wearing purple and gold this week. That's the biggest Laker uniform I've ever seen. Well, he's a big man. He must be 500 pounds.
At least.
The infamous Brooklyn Brawler. And Joe Brennan going to try on men on a mission for size.
Look at the size of the arms on Mabel.
What do you think he wears, about a size 6X shirt? Look at this. Like that.
Right hairs on that kid.
That wasn't very nice.
He could probably eavesdrop from here to Tokyo.
Drop Toho by the huge man. Brawler may not like that treatment. I wonder what kind of, we saw one time here on the program, Men on a Mission challenge the Quebecers. Men on a Mission won the match via count out, if my memory serves me correctly. I think they continue to win. They would, I think, stand a very good chance if they were to meet the WWF Tag Champs.
You know, once you become champion, there's only one way to go, and that's down. I think they stand a very good chance.
Oh, near fall situation there.
Don't forget, Jacques and Pierre would not be able to handle them like they do the other opponents they had. They're not going to pick them up and throw them around.
No doubt about it. Well, Mabel started out. That was good strategy. Finally tags Mo, and Mo comes right off the top. Fireman carry takeover. That may be one of the few wrestling moves that Mo has perfected. He's kind of a street fighter.
Both Mom and Mo, they're both Mabel and Oscar. They're all street fighters. So's the Brawler, though.
Double elbow there by the Brawler and Joe Brennan. Joe Brennan's got one of those G.I. Joe haircuts, too, doesn't he? Got a high on the side, leave it a little top.
That's not a bad haircut if you're going to the chair.
Well, he's going to the corner right now, being manhandled by Mo. And look at, Mabel. Stepped right over the top. Uh-oh. Say goodbye, Joe. The oohs and ahs of this capacity crowd pretty well tell the story.
I think he just grew some hair on the side.
Here it comes again around the bend. One for the big bend. More momentum. Oh! Wow!
You won't see the Rockettes do that.
What a spinning kick. And Men on a Mission. They look great here.
That's right.
And still to come. Our colleague, Raymond Rizzo, will pump the crush. Oh!
Oh, no.
rather popular with the opposite sex, are we?
Oh, they swoon when they see him. Big deal.
Marty Jannetty from the deep south, Columbus, Georgia, taking on H.D. Ryder here. I haven't seen H.D. before. Have you, Brain?
No, I haven't.
And side headlock there. Jannetty not going to take anything from H.D. Good shoulder block there by the young man. Nice counter to the hip lock. Marty Jannetty, one of the quickest competitors in the WWF.
Former Intercontinental Champion.
Rigging the eyes by H.D. Ryder. And choking Marty on the ropes, but not for long. As Jannetty reverses the whip. Nice execution of the power slam. He may put Mr. Ryder out of his misery.
I hope so.
Jannetty up on top. High-risk move. And the former Intercontinental Champion driving the fist, hooking the leg, and winning it here.
So much for J.D. Ryder.
H.D. Ryder.
H.D. Ryder.
Well, Double J's coming up.
That's right. That's single J, single E, double F. Single J, single A, double R, single E, double T. Some of these don't gobble them up in Nashville.
I already want the shot at Bret the Hitman Hart, but that remains to be seen. Chaz Ware to challenge Adam Bomb. There's, of course, Harvey Whippleman with his trademark purple suit. Fans, a big explosion here next week because we're going to announce the main event at the Royal Rumble. And also understand, Brain, that Tatanka will be back here next week on our program.
Well, obviously, Tatanka has sold all the blankets he can sell, and he's coming back.
Well, he's going to be, I'm sure, at 100% looking to get his hands on a Ludwig Borga or Yokozuna, anyone that he can.
Oh, that Native American is one Native American that's on the warpath right now.
So, Brain, you're pretty high on Double J, huh?
Oh, I certainly am. He even taught me how to talk. You're single J, single I, double M, single Y, single R, single O, double R. No, double F, double E. I don't know your name.
Oh. Well, Chaz Ware may not know his name. He would have known it there if Adam Bomb would have connected. Adam Bomb, one of the great young superstars here in the WWF. Very gifted athletically. But boy, have we seen his mean streak just get more and more pronounced in the last couple of months.
And Harvey's doing some tremendous negotiating for the man. He's getting some big matches.
Harvey is really walking tall this week, walking like he's in tall cotton. He's got a new pair of hush puppies.
He's one tough customer, Harvey.
Give me a break. Harvey, tough.
Pound for pound, he could whip any man walking the streets.
I'm not so sure he would match up well with Dink.
Dink?
Doink's Dink.
Dink? I mean, Doink, a little... Oh, I know. Yeah.
Look at him stomp away, kick away there, rather. Harvey's got that homogenized milk complexion. He needs a little bit of sunlight.
Oh, he's busy. He's up in Toronto at Jack Tunney's office all the time. Don't get a whole lot of sun up there, you know.
Adam Bomb has been rather dominant in this matchup, to say the least. I can't wait till next week. We'll find out the main event, the Royal Rumble. We'll see our good pal Tatanka back in action.
It'll be interesting to see how Tatanka looks and how he feels and how he can move.
How do you think that those gloves have been, been inspected or anything? I mean, they look a little non-traditional, wouldn't you say? Uh-oh. Suplex.
When you do all your shopping at 3 Mile Island, I guess that's all they have.
Well, Harvey's a good-looking rascal, isn't he?
He's got that Al Pacino look about him.
He's a little emaciated to me. Oh, what a clothesline right off the top.
Goodbye, Mr. Underwear.
Chaz Ware.
Chaz Ware, excuse me.
Adam Bomb, as we have said, 6'7", maybe 6'8". Another man right around the 300-pound mark. Adam Smasher. Boy, he says it better than anybody. Up you go and down you stay.
Total destruction.
Fans, I got to get ready for face-to-face. So stay tuned for that, Brain.
I'll stay tuned. I want to see who you're going to... Where's he going? Leaves me here all by myself all the time. Director, am I on?
Hello. Off to Tonka.
And the Savages are loose. The head shrinkers are here.
Plus, Doink the Clown and his little pal Deke will be here.
And Ludwig Borga, the man that hates the United States of America.
And the man that hates the Macho Man Randy Savage Crush in one-on-one competition.
And the great tag team of the Steiner brothers are here. Rick and Scott. They don't know which one's which, neither do I.
And the self-proclaimed Intercontinental Champion, Shawn Michaels.
And we're going to also announce the main event for the Royal Rumble.
For Bobby the Brain Heenan, I'm Jim Ross saying happy trails, everybody. What's this happy trails?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the province of Quebec. And what is he reading? Why, the moral give me a break, Johnny Polo, manager of the reigning tag team champions of the World Wrestling Federation. You know, Vince, these guys have impressed me so much here lately because not only are they doing so many things in the ring, but their level of viciousness has just amazed me. Yes, and perhaps largely in part of Johnny Polo's influence. Nonetheless, the Quebecers remain tag team champions. The question is, just how long will they be tag team champions? The Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott, hot on their trail. Unlike the Mounties, they always get their man. Wait a minute, look at this from the little top pin, nicely done. Paul Jones and Chaz Ware going after the Quebecers. And take a rock on the outside. Jack and Pierre not faring too well. On the inside, these two young men with the tag team championship in their grasp. Chaz Ware and Paul Jones with the tag team championship belt. This must be a dream come true for them. Taking it out. Oh, Lord, look at the back body drop. Things are looking too well. Look at that. From behind, Jock, and now Pierre is all over Chaz Ware. This is a non-title matchup, of course. Hard right hand. Oh, my. And another one. The Quebecers thus far, Stan Lane, have been embarrassed here in the opening matchup on WWF Superstars. Yes, they have, and they seem right now to be content with just degrading and humiliating and slapping the face of their opponents. But I'll tell you one thing, they will not slap the face of the Steiner brothers and get away with it. Look at that. Come on, wrap up. And then Chaz Ware down on the canvas again. This attempt at humiliation on the part of the Quebecers could very easily backfire. On the top rope now, he's got. Oh, now Chaz Ware in perfect position. What's going to happen from the top and down? Drove him right down. And the count? No. No count. Yeah, we know who you are. The Quebecers, the tag team champions. I know that Rick and Scott Steiner know exactly who the Quebecers are. They told me they hope those belts stay shiny because they want to put them around their waist. Look at this, going up to the top now. We've only seen this from Jack and Pierre the Quebecers. Up that the Sony maneuver. This in fact is impossible. What impact? To the best of my knowledge, no man has ever kicked out of that maneuver, Vince.
No, not likely. And an easy three down here. Unfortunately for Chaz Ware, his tag team partner, Paul Jones, did not even have an opportunity to get into the match. And there you see the embrace on the part of the Quebecers. And, well, the fans don't like the Quebecers. They certainly do not like. Wait a minute. Look at this. Wait a minute.
I don't think they're through yet.
What is this now? The announcement of the victory of the Quebecers. However, Paul Jones across the back of Jock down to the canvas.
Obviously,
and the Boston Crab. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. The referee should step in right here, Vince.
From the top and down. What poor sports on the part of the Quebecers. They were embarrassed earlier on the outset of the matchup, and I guess maybe they are attempting to pay back their opposition, Chaz Ware and Paul Jones.
Both men totally incapacitated right here. This could be very, very serious.
Both men certainly humiliated, and that's exactly what the Quebecers want to do. Oh, no, look at that. Talk about humiliation. As if they are the tag team champions. Well, speaking of champions, let's take you now to the update. We'll find out exactly how Yokozuna will defend the WWF Championship and against whom at the WWF. And throw in that clause of one time only, just as he did with Lex Luger at SummerSlam.
the wool over the eyes of Yokozuna, Mr. Fuji, and Jim Cornette. What a matchup. The Royal Rumble now, not just for the title, but a casket match. Have you ever seen Stan a casket match?
It's amazing to me. You know, Jim Cornette has always prided himself on being one of the most intellectual managers in the business, but now he's been outsmarted, and I cannot believe it. He has to be beside himself.
Yes, indeed, and there's no way out, folks. No pun intended. I mean, if you're dumped in that casket, I just can't imagine what's going to happen when it seals down over the huge, massive... Well, there has to be a special casket made for Yokozuna. Oh, exactly. And it's got to be a double-wide variety.
And speaking of huge and massive, look who's in the ring right now, Bastion Booger.
Matter of fact, if you're looking for someone to try out the casket, you may want to take the physique of a Bastion Booger and try him out. Don't run into Bastion Booger. Can't imagine anyone knocking him down. Ho-ho! Look at that.
Obviously, the 6-month supply of IcoPro went to the wrong address.
Yeah, that's for sure. Tony Webb is having his problems as most anyone would against the girth of Bastion Booger. Oh, look at this. To the outside now. You know what's going to happen. We've seen this before. He takes someone who's disoriented like Webb, places him up against the ring post, and then yeah! My goodness.
You know, he's sickening to look at. He's sickening to smell, but you cannot deny the fact that he has been very, very successful here in the WWF.
Yes, indeed he has. Bastion Booger.
Soon to have a line of designer jeans out, I might add.
No, I don't think so. Booger, when he... uh-oh, look at this. He's going to... I can't imagine being Tony Webb. This is like your worst nightmare coming true. Webb being smothered by the girth of Bastion Booger.
Hopefully he was unconscious the whole time, so he missed all that.
That may be the saving grace for Tony Webb. But there may not be any saving grace at all for Yokozuna at the Royal Rumble. Look at this. The fruits of his labor? What is that? It's a marshmallow. Give me a break. What kind?
Obviously, Bastion Booger carving up for his next big match.
All right, standing by Jim Ross and face-to-face.
Yeah. It's an understatement, Ross. You know why? I'll tell you why, Ross. It's because Double J is going to launch his music career. You know, down in Music City, Ross, I can't get my break. You know why I can't get my break? Because I'm a local boy. But when I get done using the WWF, yeah, they're going to rename it, Ross. They're going to rename it the Double JF. Then I'm going to be known worldwide, from Tel Aviv to Tokyo to Texas. And then I'm going to come back to Music City, Tennessee. Yeah, and I'm going to come back to Buddy Lee Attractions, and he's going to be begging me, please, son, I want to be your agent. Then I'm going to go over to some record company, and all of them are going to be begging me, please, please let me have your debut album.
Well, Double J, have you assessed the high level of competition here in the World Wrestling Federation?
I certainly have. You don't think I'm no dummy. I've done my homework. Sure, I've heard about the Macho Man. I've heard about the Undertaker. And I've heard about the Hitman Bret Hart. And I'm going to use all of them. That's exactly right. I'm going to use them as stepping stones to get to the very top.
Well, I hear that you're talking about meeting Bret Hart here very early in your WWF career. Is that true?
It seems like you've been doing your homework, Ross. Oh, Double J, the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart. You know what you are? You're the biggest grease spot the WWF's ever seen. And what I do with grease spots, what does anybody do? They spray a little something on them and wipe them right out. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Well, Jeff Jarrett, Double J.
Our honorary World Wrestling Federation ring announcer, Liz Woodard.
All right, Liz, go get him. Let's hear it for her.
Our first contestant from Freehold, New Jersey, weighing 223 pounds, here is Mike Moraldo.
Very good. Nicely done.
Not bad, not bad.
Hold it right there, young lady.
Oh, come on.
First of all, I'd like to know if you have a Social Security number. Do you pay taxes? Just because you live up here in Delhi, New York, secluded from the rest of civilization, doesn't mean that you can get away with paying no taxes. It's time for you to start paying your fair share.
Liz doesn't know what to do now. Here comes Irwin R. Shyster. And I guess Liz is going to give up. Why not? Get out of here. Who wants to introduce Irwin anyhow? And you hear the Irwin chant. Can you imagine going through life and not liking your name? Can you imagine a little small Irwin R. Shyster, about 8 years old, on the playground, has his little horn-rimmed glasses on and what have you, and he's over sitting on a park bench somewhere, and his friends walk by and they start chanting in unison, Irwin!
But now the nightmare of it all is he's grown into a 6'3" man who has his sleeves rolled up, ready to do some work and take some deductions out of this kid's hide.
No doubt about that. Irwin R. Shyster, unquestionably, one of the great wrestlers here in the WWF. As far as scientific knowledge is concerned, as far as roughhouse tactics are concerned, Irwin can do it all.
That's what happens to Jack Street.
Oh, my. Irwin R. Shyster. And by the way, the Macho Man Randy Savage unquestionably will be unimpressed. Look at this covered in lands. Oh, yeah. Oh-ho. Irwin better take care of business here. Macho Man Randy Savage. Unimpressed, no doubt, with this month's edition of the WWF magazine with Crush on the cover. And you wonder whether or not Macho Man Randy Savage will be impressed this Monday night on Raw. He's scheduled for action against one of the head shrinkers. That should be a great match.
That should be a great match. I look forward to that myself.
Irwin R. Shyster leaning down on Mike Moraldo. Shyster knows all the holes, knows all the pressure points.
And all the exemptions.
Yes, he knows the exemptions, that's for sure. The loophole. Clothesline on Mike Moraldo, and it looks like Moraldo's just about, well, he's written off. Irwin R. Shyster, victorious. You may not like him, but you must give this man credit for his wrestling prowess. Oh, come on. He is not liked, but he is well respected among his peers, that's for sure.
Just like the IRS, they like to get those final kicks in every time you get audited.
Irwin R. Shyster victorious, and standing by, ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only, the former WWF champion himself. They call him the Hitman, Bret Hart. Gentlemen, we have awaited a long, long time now. It seems like an eternity since Tatanka was knocked out of action and humiliated by Ludwig Borga. He has that one mark against his record and only that one loss. He vows revenge, and here he comes! Yes, indeed, everybody feels the celebration for the return of Tatanka!
Yes, his win-loss record has been blemished, but he's vowed that his spirit will never be broken, and he looks like he's in tremendous shape this week.
He is in great condition. And look at that look. Oh, my goodness. Tatanka means business. And I am not at all surprised to see a look of even a more determined young Native American than we last saw him. Tatanka has unquestionably something to prove, ladies and gentlemen. Given the opportunity against Ludwig Borga, I believe he will prove it. Or, for that matter, given the opportunity against Yokozuna, I believe he'll prove it.
I can tell by the look in his eyes that he has thrown away all of his peace pipes and he has gone on the warpath.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see the war paint break out when he faces the likes of Ludwig Borga, or for that matter, even Yokozuna, as we said before. Brooklyn Brawler right away going to the fisticuffs. Not a smart move for the man like Tatanka. Brawler coming off the rope. Tatanka leapfrog. Brawler coming back at him again. Tatanka goes downstairs, right back up, drop toe hold. And Tatanka, look at the motion. Oh, my! Can't just lay there, because if you do, Tatanka's going to pounce all over you. Tatanka really in great condition. Testament to his discipline as it relates to integrated conditioning. Tatanka with the Brooklyn Brawler, and Brawler is going from pillar to post. And Brawler no slouch. Moving in a little too quickly there, Tatanka. Brawler waiting for him. Again, another mistake. You don't do that with Tatanka. If you're going to have an advantage over Tatanka, oh my! Look at that! And Tatanka setting up the Brawler, coming up and up, missing with a chop, coming back at him again. Tatanka setting back up, and a power slam.
Drove him down hard.
Tatanka means business. You can bet Ludwig Borga is looking on. Yokozuna likely to be looking on if he's not arguing with Jim Cornette. after that huge faux pas that Cornette made in the contract for the Royal Rumble. Elbow right into the sternum area.
The Brooklyn Brawler's closet obviously infested with moths, as the shirt will attest.
Yes, I suppose so. Neckbreaker. Nice maneuver on the part of the Brawler. And again, no follow-up. You can't do that with Tatanka. Brawler having problems with his wardrobe. Brawler trying to set up Tatanka and whips him to the buckle. That's not going to do it. That's only going to make the Native American angry. Tatanka, unquestionably a role model for the youth of America, the youth of the world. Tatanka off the rope. And Tatanka coming to the near side. Nice chop by Tatanka. Brawler receiving another chop. Tatanka, what's he going to do now? To the outside. Tatanka going up to the top. The Native American on the top rope, and a high-risk maneuver pays off for Tatanka. And I don't believe that's enough. No. He hoists Brooklyn Brawler right up across the back. And down to the canvas. We've seen that before. The hook, the cover, the count. This one's history. So Tatanka with an impressive return back to the World Wrestling Federation. Tatanka begins a new streak. He only has that one blemish on his record, thanks to Ludwig Borga. Scheduled up momentarily, an interview that was conducted earlier this week with the Rocket Owen Hart. I think you're going to be quite surprised with this. And all of the brothers and sisters are very upset over those remarks of Owen Hart, and I would suggest, Stan, that the most upset is going to be the Hitman himself. I wonder how he's going to respond to that challenge.
Yes, this is terrible. It's obvious that the family jealousy, the sibling rivalry runs a whole lot deeper than we ever suspected. And the worst thing is, it's all happening right here during the holiday season.
Yes, indeed. And back to action here with Smoking Guns. Billy and Bart squaring off against Corey Student and Joe Brennan. A good look there at the Smoking Guns.
Two very, very accomplished athletes, both of them in the 6'4", 6'5" range.
Certainly appreciated by the ladies at ringside as well. Back to action now. Billy in there against his opponent, Corey Student. And down goes Billy.
Oh, high backdrop there.
And having his problems is Corey Student. Series of look at drop kick. Nicely done by Billy. Billy and Bart are just all over their competition.
Yes, and speaking of competition, Vince, the women's finals at WWF Ladies Championships will be held this coming Monday.
Indeed, everyone looking forward to that, and what a tournament that has been. All right, tagging in now is Bart. Bart and Billy. All over Corey Student. Student for the ride. Again, it seems to me that tagging back in now is Joe Brennan. Nice haircut. Yeah, some hairdo on Joe Brennan.
You know, these Smoking Guns have all the assets, all the credentials to someday become WWF Tag Team Champions.
Yes, they do. But speaking of credentials, certainly Owen Hart, back to Owen, feels as though his credentials have been overlooked by many fans in the WWF. I just wonder whether or not the Hitman Bret Hart is going to accept the challenge of his brother Owen. What a matchup that would be. Owen claims to have been a superior athlete in the younger days, claims to have been overlooked somewhat by his family members as well as the fans here in the WWF. And I must say, in Owen's defense, Bret Hart's accomplishments have been so supreme that there is a bit of a shadow. Not that Bret is intentionally casting a shadow on Owen, but maybe Owen is a lot better than most anyone would give him credit for.
Well, they're both superior athletes. There's no doubt about that. I just hate to see two brothers have a wedge like this driven between them.
I think everyone does. And again, hopefully by next week we would have had an opportunity to reach the Hitman Bret Hart and get his commentary. All I can think of is the Survivor Series, and all I can remember now is Helen Hart and the tears rolling down her cheek when the celebration was mired, if you would, by Owens shoving Bret Hart. I will always remember the look on Helen Hart's face, the mother, knowing full well that should have been a tremendous victory for the Hart family. It was mired. by the friction between Owen and Brett.
And speaking of victory, once again, Vince, the Smoking Guns hands are raised.
Yes, indeed, no friction there between Billy and Bart. The Smoking Guns once again victorious. Standing by, ladies and gentlemen, they call him Double J, Jeff Jarrett. We'll go back and we'll show you a collage of Jeff Jarrett's greatest hits thus far. He may not make it in Nashville, but he can very well make it to the top here in the World Wrestling Federation. Let's take you to Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Wild, ladies and gentlemen, last Monday night. I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen when you have Shawn Michaels around. Could you believe the way that Shawn Michaels suckered Razor Ramon into that incident? I mean, using the 1, 2, 3 kid that way, and then from there, Diesel getting involved. You can bet wherever there's Shawn Michaels, there's Diesel, and vice versa. And you can bet that Razor Ramon is not going to fall for any more shenanigans. Not going to fall for any more of those kind of tactics. He's simply going to be looking for Shawn Michaels, and he's going to be looking, Stan, to even the score.
Obviously, the epitome of a classic sucker job if I ever saw one.
Yes, indeed. Well, it may be that the model, Rick Martel, has taught a lesson this week. I don't know anything at all about this man, Storm. Do you?
I've never heard of J.S. Storm, but I'll tell you a man who I've heard of, and that's Double J, JJ.
Yeah, Double J, all right, Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett is quite accomplished, according to Stan Lane. We have yet to see him in action, and look forward to that. What a matchup Rick Martel had with Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Championship. And we're not talking about the title, by the way, that Shawn Michaels wears. We're talking about the one that Razor won as a result of defeating Mr. Martel. And both Razor and Martel had the distinction of wrestling for the Intercontinental Championship in the 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal. Look at that maneuver. Martel a little overzealous, and that's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. And now maybe Martel's going to be taught a lesson. Anything can happen in the WWF at any time. Look at Storm going to work on the left arm and shoulder. My goodness. Martel trying to stay close to Storm, pulls him up, and a block there, another block, and oh, wow.
Yes, I knew it was just a matter of time before clouds started gathering for J.S. Storm.
And speaking of clouds gathering, that would also lead us to Monday Night Raw. This Monday night, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, as we said before, ready to take on one of the head triggers. And whenever you see the Macho Man, you're likely to see the big contingent from Kona, Hawaii, crushed. And in control right now, the model Rick Martel gut-wrench suplex stormed down to the canvas. Yes, those clouds are gathering over J.S. Storm. The model Rick Martel, the epitome of what he thinks a professional should be. Always with the right class. Always with the atomizer about ringside. And take a look at this. This is the way he almost always polishes off his opponent. The Boston Crab. And, well, another one bites the dust, so to speak. The model Rick Martel. Once again, victorious. I guess some of the younger fans holding their nose do not like the fragrance that is being sprayed around by the model Rick Martel. Nonetheless, continues his winning ways here in the World Wrestling Federation. Standing by now, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Ross. Let's take you to face-to-face. Here to join us will be the former tag team champions, Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Also scheduled the Mighty Crush, along with his manager, Mr. Fuji.
And hopefully to join us in a special interview in response to his brother Owen's commentary will be the Hitman Bret Hart.
And also, you don't want to miss the very first ring appearance of old Double J here in the WWF.
We certainly hope you'll join us next week for more WWF Superstars, and join us this Monday night, if you would, on Monday Night Raw when the Macho Man Randy Savage squares off against Spot 2.
No one will want to miss that match, and I'm included in that group.
So for Vince McMahon, along with Stan Lane, until next week, everyone, so long.
Listen to the ovation, ladies and gentlemen, and here it comes. Tatanka in the ring. And Gorilla Monsoon has scraped the seat. Tatanka back. here in the WWF.
Well, it certainly is. Here's a guy that many people thought career was terminated at the hands of Ludwig Borger and, of course, WWF champion Yokozuna put that big hurt on him, but he looks to be in great shape.
Tatanka back in great shape. As Gorilla Monsoon pointed out, there's Reno Riggins, Tatanka's opponent, and Tatanka certainly has revenge on his mind as it relates to Ludwig Borger and Yokozuna. Ladies and gentlemen, still to come in the broadcast. The head shrinkers will be here. We'll see Doink the Clown with Little Deke. Ludwig Borger on this broadcast, as is Crush, the Steiner brothers, and the self-proclaimed Intercontinental Champion, Shawn Michaels.
Can't believe he's still got that belt. Jet Honey needs to take some advice from somebody that knows what they're talking about. Why on earth would you reinstate someone without collecting the gold? I don't understand that at all.
And Reno Riggins tried to jump Tatanka.
Look, a hatchet job is being done.
Knife edge chopped by Tatanka. The Lumbee Indian from North Carolina sends Reno for the ride. Whoa! Up and over the back body drop. Nice crisp movement by Tatanka.
Tremendous elevation.
It looks as if, Gorilla, that he has not lost any timing here.
Boy, he's right on top of his game. Well, he's been spending the last few weeks in the gymnasium and working on that timing. It's ultra important.
You know, he told me, Gorilla, that his injury certainly affected not only himself and his career, but his family and his friends were very concerned that he would never compete again.
Well, here's a guy that compiled the greatest win streak record ever in the history of the World Wrestling Federation, and then to have it broken in that manner. Whew.
Overhand wrist lock applied by Tatanka on Reno Riggins, and Riggins raked the eyes. That's how you counter it, I guess.
Thumb right in the eye. Oh, there's a lot of other counters for that standing wrist lock, but Riggins chose the easy one.
Easy way out. And Tatanka drops down. Look at his quickness here. Looks as quick as ever. Riggins far side. Tatanka takes him down. That's modified arm drag takedown.
Tough move. If you don't execute that properly, you end up banging yourself on the back of the head and putting the lights out.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the main event for this year's Royal Rumble announced in this hour. All the tickets in Providence, Rhode Island have been sold. Oh, that hurts way up here. You got to know it hurts Reno Riggins way down there.
Absolutely. Boy, glad I retired.
Hard Irish whip by Tatanka. One thing I think we can say that Tatanka certainly looks to be maybe more focused than normal. Certainly looks to be more aggressive than normal.
Oh, a little mistake there on the part of Tatanka. Put his head down a little bit too soon, and he paid for it. But he's ready. It's obvious to me.
So Ludwig Borger and Yokozuna should certainly take heed that Tatanka seems to be at 100% and certainly will have motivation of revenge on his mind as Reno Riggins rakes the back. That's not going to beat anybody.
No, it is not. And what a strong motivation that is indeed. But be anxious to see what the main event, other than the Royal Rumble itself, will be. You know, it's customary here in the World Wrestling Federation, at least in the past couple of years, that the reigning WWF champion defends at the Royal Rumble.
That, of course, is Yokozuna and Tatanka. Oh, starting that war dance. And Reno Riggins has a somewhat dismayed look on his face.
Got the motor revved up right now. Wow.
Hard chop there by Tatanka.
He's measuring him right now.
Riggins tried a clothesline, but it missed. But Tatanka's chops are missing.
One right between the eyes and another one.
This is a very aggressive, very strong, agile athlete, is Tatanka. Irish whipped him in. Power slam. Took him around the world that time.
Beautifully executed by the Native American. Going to the outside now. All the way up. Top floor.
He must be at 100% if he's going to take this chance. Big chop right off the top rope. That should be enough.
I think it's lights out time.
I think you're right. The fall-away slam looks to be it is. Whoa. Forthcoming, he calls it the Pat Boost to go, hooks the leg, and Tatanka is back. And he's back winning.
Is he ever back?
Here is your
As we mentioned, we've got a phenomenal broadcast, and we'll be back in just a moment or two with the Head Shrinkers after you see this.
Get ready to rumble. 30 WWF Superstars.
We're certainly excited, ladies and gentlemen, about the Royal Rumble as the head shrinkers make their way to the ring. And right there you see Fatu will meet the Macho Man Randy Savage.
What a knockdown, drag-out affair that's going to be. Macho Man, of course, really bent out of shape about everything. I wouldn't want to be Fatu.
The head shrinkers certainly an awesome combination. And they have a matchup signed to meet Men on a Mission. And the not-too-distant future, a very important matchup as far as the tag team rankings are concerned. And again, as many of you know, that man Fatu and Randy Savage, that should be an outstanding contest.
What is this, a meeting of the minds here? Or are they discussing dinner?
They may be discussing entrees.
I'll tell you what, that's going to be a classic confrontation when and where it takes place. These guys against MOM, Men on a Mission.
Especially when Big Mabel's in the ring. He's about 500 pounds. Certainly the head shrinkers will not be able to out-muscle Mabel when they meet the Men on a Mission in that very important tag team matchup. I think the pre-match festivities are just about concluded here.
I hope so.
I don't know exactly what all these mannerisms signify, but
you know, a lot of people, Jim Ross, say the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Well, just so long as they don't fall on top of you.
Really. The head shrinkers, a very unpredictable combination, but you have to admire their raw athletic ability. Both men around 300 pounds, maybe a little more, and they have great quickness and agility. And I don't know of any team in the WWF, Gorilla, that is, in my opinion, as mentally and physically tough as the head shrinkers.
Well, they are, because they don't care what happens to their body. They just throw their body to the wind, and whatever comes along, comes along. And when you have that kind of an attitude, you become very, very dangerous.
Nice movement, good hip lock takeover. And Samu, a little surprise there. Knife edge shot.
You will only surprise him for a moment. The surprise is over.
Yeah. You're Alpha on the outside, the tribal leader of the head shrinkers, as it were.
Well, former co-holder of the WWF Tag Team belts, along with Sika. What a combo they were, and he's instilled all those attributes into these two youngsters.
Double headbutt there. Certainly impacting the young man, and the tag now will be made.
He made it whether he wanted to or not. Didn't have a whole lot of choice.
Hard to hurt the head shrinkers. Nice elevation, back body drop there. Fatu elevating his opponent here. Tag made. Samu, the legal man. Uh-oh, face first.
Double face slam. That'll rearrange your expression.
And we know what is coming here. This is one of the most devastating maneuvers in the World Wrestling Federation. Remember, this man just over 300 pounds up on top.
Oh, what impact.
And it is emphatically over. Wow! And right in the face of that pineapple, Fatu and Randy Savage get it on this Monday night.
He won't have any time to eat any pineapples when he's in there with the Macho Man.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring, Doink and Dink.
Smiles on the faces of the youngsters here. Doink's got those Sally Jesse Raphael glasses there.
He certainly does.
Those big red ones. There's a little Dink. Glenn Ruth to challenge with a smiles. Isn't that great? Youngsters love Doink and Dink. Now an inseparable pair, much like Bam Bam and Luna.
Oh, boy.
Well, Glenn Ruth may be in for a long night here. These guys are practical jokers deluxe.
Won't be a lot of laughs for him, I know that. Well, is this match going to get underway or not?
Referee needs to get Dink out of the ring. Well, Glenn Ruth just got squirted in the face by Doink and those headlights there. Hey, really, the finals of the WWF Women's Tournament will be this Monday night in Memphis, Tennessee.
The one down in Memphis. Was Lunatic involved in that, Jim Ross?
I have no idea.
Well, it's been a long time since we've had a ladies champion here in the World Wrestling Federation. I think it's about time we have one. What a superb wrestler Doink is.
The medium 5. Medium to low 5.
I think that was a low 5.
Not a high 5. Yeah, Doink is an outstanding competitor. No doubt about that.
So now I guess we don't have to be looking under the rings anymore.
Nope. Jack Tunney has said there will be only one Doink. And there is only one Dink.
Boy, he's made a lot of decisions of late, has he not?
Uh-oh, Glenn Ruth just bounced right off of Doink, and Doink grabbed him in a belly-to-belly suplex and took him down. This man with the green hair may not have the most traditional wrestling attire, but he certainly has perfected many of the traditional wrestling maneuvers.
Fundamentally sound. If you want to be successful here in the WWF, you better be fundamentally sound. Nice drop kick.
Certainly was, and I'll tell you something, Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon certainly are anxious to meet Doink and Dink in the proverbial squared circle as in the next few weeks. I know that. Look at well, he's not gonna bruise him there. If it is, it'll be a small bruise.
Well, you got to be very careful there, Dink. You could be in serious trouble.
Now, why is Glenn Ruth? Well, Glenn, if you're going to pay for the little chase.
Did he get set up?
Sure did, and they're laughing about it. Bam Bam Bigelow, I don't think will fall for that trick. He's already seen the practical joking side of Doink the Clown.
And I got a feeling that Luna would go through Dink like a hot knife through butter.
She could be a very dangerous threat to Dink if that situation ever arose.
She is a vicious person.
Irish whip in, but Glenn Ruth couldn't follow it up. Drop toe hold, hard drop toe hold, and he's got
Navy ride.
Yeah, and he's got that front face lock, that submission maneuver. Step over with a crossface. Some call it the STF. And it is a very effective maneuver. Doink wins by submission. Gorilla, do you think he can make Bam Bam Bigelow say, I quit?
Well, I don't know whether that particular move would make Bam Bam quit or not, because Bam Bam's got such big, powerful legs that he might be able to fight that, but it'd be worth a try. Oh, there's another fall. What is this, 2 out of 3?
Well, a victory and a half. Hello again, everyone. Well, people suffer.
Well, he's been using the same modus operandi for the last several months here in the WWF, and look at this.
Great strength display here.
What a power display.
By Ludwig.
He's choking him out at the same time.
Oh, falls back with him.
Is that for Tatanka?
Or Lex Luger.
Huh.
Ludwig Borga.
Or for anybody.
Anybody, he doesn't care. This man is a very despicable human being. I can assure you of that. You have to be somewhat admiring of his athletic ability. He keeps himself in great shape. He was a heck of an athlete as a youngster growing up as he grew up in Finland.
I question his ethics, though, Jim Ross.
Oh, yes, indeed. Gorilla, where are the weaknesses in this man? How do you beat him?
Well, you got to take him down. You got to take him down onto the canvas, eliminate some of that power. Hard to shoot those right hands when you're laying on your back.
Hard slam by Borga. And Borga measures Hatfield, drops the elbow right in the sternum. Well, he is a real piece of work, is this Ludwig Borga. And as we, he might as well put him out of his misery.
Mercifully, it's over.
The backbreaker, another submission maneuver. Borga making yet another athlete submit here. Oh, he'd love to make Lex Luger submit, no doubt about it. Ladies and gentlemen, standing by, our colleague Lord Alfred Hayes with a very special report. The main event at this year's Royal. Gentlemen, there's the bell. Crush and Mr. Fuji on their way to the ring.
And his opponent, being accompanied to the ring by Mr. Fuji from Kona, Hawaii, weighing in at 315 pounds. Here is Crush.
Well, it should have been entitled a Vendetta.
Yeah, a battle of former best friends. But that certainly is history.
Water over the dam.
Crush, a huge athlete, towering over his opponent here this week. And here's a man that has aligned himself with Mr. Fuji. Certainly one of the most physically gifted athletes, Gorilla Monsoon, I have ever seen in the WWF.
No question about it, Jim Ross. There's no telling how powerful this guy is because no one really has tested him. No one really knows. He doesn't know himself.
Fuji trying a drop kick there. Might as well go drop kick the wall.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Crush just swats his opponent away.
Damn, my pot.
There is Master Fuji shouting instructions and words of encouragement to Crush. Gorilla, I'll tell you, what type of match do you think, being a former star here in the WWF, what kind of match do you think it will be when Crush and Savage meet?
Well, if the Macho Man doesn't lose his cool, I think he has a very good chance because he's got tremendous edge in the experience department. With all the titles he's held here in the World Wrestling Federation, no denying his capabilities, he knows how to handle a big guy.
But don't you think this one has gotten extremely personal?
Oh, there's no question about that. It's a vendetta. That's what we said earlier on, and that's what I think that the Macho Man has to avoid. He has to avoid losing control, because if he loses control, this guy right here will clean his clock for him.
Fuji just went for a tour of the islands there. The ride was nice, but the landing was a little bumpy. And look at the strength. This man, I've talked to a lot of the athletes here in the WWF, and to the man, they say Crush is the strongest competitor here in the World Wrestling Federation. Whoop. I guess some of his feats in the weight room are just beyond description, and we may be about ready to see what Randy Savage must avoid.
At all costs. Doesn't want to get caught in that vice-like grip right there.
They call it the Kona Crush. And right there you see Crush at great strength, squeezing the head of Mike Fuji. Fuji gives it up and gives it up quickly.
Here is your winner, Crush.
So Crush and Randy Savage. That matchup could end up anywhere in the building, outside, inside. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen, when they get together.
I want to be there.
Well, I do too. I want to see that one. Crush and Savage on the collision course. Hey, wait a minute. Crush just drops a leg. There's no reason for that. No reason whatsoever. Well, here they come, ladies and gentlemen. The former WWF Tag Team Champions, Rick and Scott Steiner. Fans, let me remind you, still to come in this broadcast, we'll take another special look at the would-be country music star, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. We'll also take you back to Monday Night Raw for some rather compelling footage as far as Razor Ramon is concerned. And the self-proclaimed Intercontinental Champion, Shawn Michaels, is here as well.
You know, Jim Ross, many fans still consider the Steiners to be the reigning WWF Tag Team Champions.
Well, they lost the match on Quebec Province rules.
Technicality.
Yeah, exactly right. They lost via a disqualification, good fireman carry takeover. And on that particular occasion, due to those special rules, the championship did change hands. But we should be reminded that the Steiners were never pinned, Gorilla, and they certainly never submitted.
Those words, the word submit is not in their vocabulary. And everybody in the World Wrestling Federation knows the only way a title can change hands is on a pinfall or submission.
Mike Corey. Corey full Nelson here.
Look out.
By Scott Steiner. That's a German suplex, and he planted him with it. I'll tell you something. They finally have gotten a rematch signed with the Quebecers, and I really believe, and I'm not showing any disrespect to, well, Mike Sharp's going to get to tag Mike Corey. I really believe that the Steiner brothers are the better team, and I truly feel that when they meet the Quebecers, Gorilla, that the Steiners are going to regain the tag team title.
Oh, no question in my mind, your mind, or anybody else's mind. It's in their right mind that these guys will, in fact, get the championship back.
Collar and elbow tie up there by
Should have never lost it in the first place.
Iron Mike Sharp and Rick Steiner. Steiner reverses.
Whoa, what a shot.
Steiner line and dropped the elbow right to the sternum of Iron Mike Sharp. Sharp, the bellowing bull. Well, his dad and uncle certainly were great tag team wrestlers in their own right.
Boy, they certainly were.
Mike Sharp's...
doesn't have a clue where he is now. He's lost. All he knows is he wants out.
I got a feeling a guy named Mike is going to lose the fall here. I wouldn't want to be like Mike in this one at all.
Absolutely not.
Oh, he got that leg high. Took him down. That's just muscle. He got in deeply to the thigh, hooked his hands, and then it was all over. You let the Steiner brothers hook their hands around you, Gorilla. It's a bad day.
It's a timeout time, but there is no timeout here in the WWF. 360.
Oh, tilt-a-whirl slam. And Scott Steiner, very, very dominant here, as has been his brother, the dog-faced gremlin. There he is. Now we may see the Frankensteiner. Here it goes.
Oh, there it is.
And he nailed him with it. Quebecers, you best beware.
This could be you.
Well, I am looking forward to the match. It has been signed. I'm sure the Steiner brothers are running out of patience. They're ready for it. They're pumped up. As we take another look, Gorilla.
Look at this. Drops him right back on that external occipital protuberance. That'll give you a headache. And then watch this. Elevation 360 in midair. Good night, City.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is any illustration. This is a war between Shawn Michaels and the official Intercontinental Champion, Razor Ramon.
Well, there's no question about that, Jim Ross. I think that perhaps Razor Ramon may have been wrong. He took aversion to Shawn using his razor's edge, but he didn't have any right to get involved in that match. He got his clock clean, and a shot out of nowhere, a big right hand, did a number on him. That could only have been Diesel.
That's certainly what everyone is speculating.
Who else is going to stick up for Shawn Michaels?
I don't know of anybody. The self-proclaimed Intercontinental Champion returned from suspension, but he didn't return the Intercontinental Championship belt. And Razor Ramon, who in the meantime, while Michaels was under suspension, won the qualified in the Battle Royal, beat Rick Bartel, and is the official Intercontinental Champion.
He is the true reigning Intercontinental Champion here in the World Wrestling Federation, and this guy is a fraud. And why doesn't the President's office do something about it?
Well, that's a very good question. I think he wants to speak here. Let's listen to this.
I'd like to make a correction. I want you all to welcome back the undisputed World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Champion.
Well, as you can hear, not many fans agree with that.
This is not a title shot.
None of your matches are a title shot, Shawn.
Shawn Michaels, certainly popular with many of the young ladies here in attendance.
Absolutely. If we looked like that, Jim Ross, we would be too.
Hard elbow tie-up. John Paul challenging Shawn Michaels. Well, you know, Michaels' contention is he was never defeated. He lost his title in the boardroom, not in the ring. But that still counts.
Well, absolutely.
The rules are made for everybody, including Shawn Michaels.
Whether you like it or not.
Nice hip block takeover by John Paul. Michaels kicks away. Arm drag takedown. He is a quick, superbly, just a superb technical athlete is this young man from San Antonio, Texas.
Just got a little bit of an attitude problem.
Auch jetzt hier.
Shop, und daran sieht man wieder Tuco Scorpio sehr lange in Japan gewesen, sehr viel dort trainiert und lädt seinen Gegner jetzt auf.
Der
Was
wackelt
wird
übrigens
das?
der wackelt wie Pudding und jetzt hier vom dritten Seil. Was war das denn? Oh, aber jetzt Chick Donovan. Wieso glitzert der so? Wo der wohl gewesen ist vom Match, das möchte ich wirklich wissen.
Ja, Olli, ich weiß, du hast auch ab und zu mal geglitzert. Aber hier wird aufgeladen.
Oh, jetzt
Ja,
hier.
das war ein
Oh, der zeigt
Kopfstocher.
es Bagwell an. Da kommt er. The Tis That Don't Miss gegen Paul Lee. 1, 2, jawohl, 3.
Und das Beste, was mir dabei gefallen hat, wie Markus Alexander Bagwell seinen Gegner abgelegt hat.
Und der Teddy Long, der Manager von Scorpio und Bagwell. Dieses Dreigestirn, da bin ich mir ganz sicher, schafft es wieder an die Spitze. Und die Fans in der Halle, jetzt ein Jubel bricht los hier. Unglaublich. Das
Hier
kannst du
sehen
noch
wir
mal
es nochmal.
in der Zeitlupe.
Das meine ich jetzt. So wie er hier abgelegt wird. Das finde ich besser, als er ihn sonst ablegt. Ein Kopfstocher. Und jetzt der doppelte Salto.
The Tis That Don't Miss. 1,